I was kicked out of prison for being such a screw up. Got out of Supermax. The last words to SSU was, we're gonna let the streets have the luck with you. We're done with you in here. 10 of us kids burglarized a house. It ended up being $330,000 for the jewelry. Nobody worse on earth than not only a dude that's a rat, but a guy that hides behind God and tries to use God's name to protect his name. If a coach doesn't have a business, he's not a coach.
There it is.
He's a scammer.
On today's show, I got Mr. Peter Chappy Meyerhoff, a true shot caller with an unbelievable life story. This man served, I think, 11 plus years straight in a prison and ran his yard. You got to listen to the stuff that went on while he was in prison. You just won't believe it. It's honestly one of the wildest shows that I've ever been a part of. So you got to listen to those stories, how he turned his life around completely. He was a non-believer and even found God because of the miracles that have happened in his life over the past, 10 years. We also dive in to the alpha male universe that's on social media right now. Apparently, Mr. Chappy, not only does he have a lot to say about what's going on with these alphas on social media, but he actually personally knows some of them and has encountered some of them and has even challenged to fight one of them. So that's just another thing you might want to tune in for because it's very entertaining. So stay tuned in. I hope you enjoy this show. Welcome back to the show. Today I have a very special guest in the building, a gentleman that I highly respect and honor as often as I can. You got to listen to this man's story and you got to listen to, what's really going on in today's world with all these alpha males out there that are portraying to be alpha males, but there might be a strong possibility that they truly are beta males, and we're going to dig deep today. But nonetheless, everybody welcome Mr. Peter Chappy Meyerhoff.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me. Just talking before, I've been trying to click with you and get you on my show for a couple years now, and now I'm on yours first, but that's just God's plan, bro.
You know what's funny, bro? By the way, the gentleman that we were just discussing, you have a lot of advocates. You do have a lot of people that are like, you got to get to know Chappy. You know who Chappy is? No, bro, you got to go get to know Chappy.
It didn't used to be like that, so that's good.
Like that, bro, your name over the past 2 years, that's what it's been. You got to get to know Chappy. And here we are, right?
I appreciate that.
Right, we're about to go into your story. Right. By the way, anybody that's watching or listening, you might want to go grab this book, Against All Odds, from a real one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of BS out there. You got to go grab this book. So, bro,
it's funny, real quick. I don't want to lose that
sure.
train of thought, but like, it's just crazy to where I was kicked out of prison for being such a screw up. Like Supermax, got out of Supermax, and they. The last words to SSU was, we're going to let the streets have the luck with you. We're done with you in here. You're going to sit in this cell till you go home. And I sat in that last cell for 11 months straight till I went home.
What is Supermax, bro? Because I've never been in prison.
We'll go over that in a second. We'll go over that in a second. But it's funny, now that I'm thinking...
hold on, which one do you want to start with first?
Supermax.
It's just crazy. People are in a good spot. Like, you're a guy that I would look up to. You're more successful than me. And it's like... good people are talking about me in a good way, saying you got to get to know me in a good way. And like, that's still, even hearing that right now, I'm like, damn. Like right then, when you were saying that, I was like, damn, life is crazy, man.
Life is good, bro.
Life is crazy. God is good, man.
Absolutely, brother.
And the more praise I give to God, and the more that I just like try and say, this ain't even me, bro. It's all him.
And
like,
the more good that you do, and the more good people that you truly get around with, right? The more good that comes your way.
Yeah.
So that seems to be the formula lately.
I love sunglasses. I want to do this, but I kind of want to look you guys in the eyes while
Let's
we're doing
go.
this shit, though.
Whatever.
So
hey, bro, it's your show today.
This is going to be fire today.
It's your show today. All right, where do we want to start? Why don't we start here?
How do you get kicked out of prison, bro? How does that even happen?
So,
hey, thanks for watching the show. I constantly get asked how a business owner like yourself can work one-on-one with me. Here's the reality. We're operators. We're not full-time educators. We're operators. We're running our businesses. So I am only able to take one-on-one client per quarter. This is for the serious, not the curious. So if you are serious, click the link below, fill out a small portion of information, and we'll reach out to you ASAP. Now back to the show.
I'll give you the whole rundown. I went to prison at 6 foot, 144 pounds. Long blonde hair.
6 foot, 144 pounds.
Senior year of high school.
Damn,
Yeah, because you're definitely not 6 foot anymore.
No, yeah, I'm 6'4". I used to be when I got out, I was 6'4", 264.
Yeah.
And luckily I hit puberty. I went to prison. But I was in a movie as a kid. I was like a little pretty boy, you know, long blonde hair. And I hit the yard, and I was a tough kid where I'm from, but I'm from Ahwatukee, you know, so it's not like there's not a bunch of gangsters there. Like there's zero gangs
but
there.
Ahwatukee's kind of rough too, bro.
It is now. It's been
very
that way.
Old people.
20 years ago wasn't like
Junction, no, Apache Junction, which is right next to Ahwatukee, right? Ahwatukee, right? Apache
No,
Junction?
Ahwatukee's more. You're thinking of Mesa. Ahwatukee's more like it's on the west side
Close
of the
to Tempe.
I-10. Yeah, close
Okay,
to
well,
I-10.
there's a. I'm not very familiar with the east side of Arizona, right? Or the east side of
I'm just
Maricopa
learning because I
County.
just built a house out there. Yeah.
Okay, now I hear great things about like Queen Creek, Gilbert.
That's where I live now.
Chandler, right?
Dog, you go on Saturday or Sunday. There's people in the bike lanes on horses.
There you go. Right.
That's literally where I live,
Bro,
It's crazy.
that's America. Right?
Yes, yeah.
That's a good American old school, right? They actually say that what is it? Gilbert is one of the top 10 cities to raise a family in the country.
Yep, for sure. And Queen Creek's the number 2 most searched zip code in the United States right now.
Yeah.
There it is.
Everyone's moving from Silicon Valley.
Yep.
Now
and they're building everything.
I
over there,
may
too,
be getting this wrong, but either Ahwatukee or Apache Junction, one of those. There's so many drug addicts that are
Apache
in that
Junction.
area. Is it Apache Junction?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Again, right? And you're talking hardcore. Like
Oh,
you're
for
talking
sure.
needle.
Yeah.
He's
You know, you're talking
Ahwatukee.
Chiba.
Ahwatukee's way different.
The
bro.
Black Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was no needles in Ahwatukee. You know, like when I went to prison from there, like the first time I saw heroin was on a prison yard. Like I never
There
even
it is.
seen that
Yeah,
drug before. Never seen anybody
In
on it.
prison? There's heroin in prison?
Oh my.
Jeez.
Bro, what?
I'm
cannot wait
vanilla,
to
bro.
get-
You want to see that?
that.
You see this scar right here? Where they
Okay,
cut through my
I do
tattoo?
actually. Yeah.
I almost got out of prison with one arm.
How?
Shooting drugs, and I had an infection in my arm, and my arm was twice the size. It was like this big.
Yeah.
And you go to medical every day. And
Was it the Black Rock?
Yeah, but you get infections from using dirty needles. And you know what's funny? Is you'll never share a needle until you're dope sick and you have to share a needle. That's how it is, you know? And like it is like, dude, when I say back to some of the shit that I do, I'm like, what the
lucky to
hell
be
is
here.
wrong with me? You know what I mean?
That's crazy, bro.
And but yeah, so then you try to go to medical every day, and like no joke, in the DOC they'll give you some ibuprofen. It's like, go back to your cell. And so they did like 3 days in a row, and this thing's getting bigger. Now my arm is like a rock, like, and it is. I can't even move my arm at all. So I finally have to go back there, and this is what you have to do. Like, my arm looks like this, and they're trying to tell me go back home. We'll give you some ibuprofens, and I'm like, I'm not going back to my cell. I don't give a shit if you got to call the warden or whatever like that. Like whatever ICS is, which is called like inmate.
MA correction?
Something, but it's an emergency service where they say
Okay.
anytime it's ICS, it's instant lockdown, right? So I'm like, I don't give a shit if y'all got to call a complex ICS or whatever. I'm not going back to my cell until you guys take me to the hospital.
Damn.
It is what it is. So then, of course, they get the complex medical staff over here and like, oh yeah, get this guy to the hospital right now.
Oh.
They take me to the hospital, and I go in surgery like 6 hours later. The guy's like, holy shit, yeah, this arm's like one of the worst ones we've seen.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, we could save his arm though. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh my God,
You can
what
save
the
my
hell?
arm?
And I'm like, dude, but then I'm like thinking like, what an idiot I am. You know, I'm at this time, I'm like a year and a half to the gate too. So this is the end of my sentence. So I'm like, now all the working out, the golfing dreams, all the stuff you dream about in prison for 12 years is gone. Cause I'm like, if I have one arm, I'm not doing none of that
You were in
shit.
for
You know,
12 years?
12 straight. Yeah.
12 straight.
Yeah. We'll get back to that. But yeah, let me finish
so
the story, 'cause I'll forget.
you're not on that. I feel like
I'm not on that West Watson time. I said 10 and did 4. No.
the alpha male
I
universe.
said 12 and I
bro.
served 11 years and 10 months straight.
You know, it's and you know
Spent
this is
time in prison.
this is what. Hold on, bro. This is what people need to understand too, right? And I want to keep digging down your story, but bro, whatever you say on the internet, you better be able to back it up.
Yep.
Because eventually someone's going to
Whether it's now or later,
someone's
it's going to
gonna
come out.
find out, right? Like, especially if you have aspirations of becoming this big influencer, your record better be what you're saying it is. Not only prison wise, but I'm talking about like across the
Street
board.
cred wise too.
That's
yeah.
right. Like
yeah.
everything you say, like bro.
You can check Vice TV. They check my shit because I was on Vice TV. I was a teenage felon, so all my shit's fact checked by them. They have
I don't even have to, bro.
Yeah.
Right? But what I'll say is, you know, factually, everything you say out there, brother, whatever you're doing, whether you know you're saying that you did X amount of time,
Yeah.
or you know you crossed over illegally, right? Like you better be able to back all that up in case you ever get called out on it.
Yeah, or if you say you're a
Because it's
certain
only
height,
a matter of time.
say you're a certain height and wear stilettos, you know what I
And
mean?
then blame it on the cops.
By
And
the way,
say the cops
you're
said I was
6'4",
5'8".
you're really,
What
he's
the
really
hell?
6'4", he's really tall. Just saying. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the other short guy.
You know that. We'll get into him later.
All right, let's keep going.
I want
down
to
his
finish the story just so you guys can see like
Yeah, and
how
then we'll have
screwed up
some
I was
fun.
and where I am now. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't know then like they rushed me there. They put me in surgery, right? I don't remember anything. I wake up the next morning. And the surgeon that's coming over taking the bandages off my arm, all I know is they put me in surgery and I wake up like, and in there, it's a whole prison wing. So like They deadbolt the door closed and they put you in leg shackles and shackle your leg to the bed. No TV, no nothing. You have a Bible in there and that's it. And if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to ask the COs, because there's COs working in the hospital, to come let you in to use the bathroom in your own thing. You're chained to the bed. You can't leave.
What hospital did you?
Tempe St. Luke's. That's where they have a prison wing in Tempe St. Luke's. So I'm in there for 6 days.
I thought they were sending you to
straight.
Maricopa County Hospital.
No, yeah, I know.
Over
I
on
thought so too.
over on Roosevelt.
Yeah, no. So I'm in there for 6 days straight, chained to a bed, can't move, can't do anything. But the next day, the doctor comes over and changes the wounds, right? And you know, doctors are nice. Like, so she got a surgery. He's like ripping this bandage off my arm, whatever. And I'm like, and I tell him a few times, like, ow, ow, you know, and he's not.
Wait, why is he treating you that way? Because you're
I'll tell
prisoner?
you why. So then he's like ripping off, and I finally have to tell him, I was like, yo, why are you being like that? Like, that shit hurts. And he makes a comment like, you should have thought about that before you're using needles, something like that. You know, I guess when they cut open my arm, it shot him in the face. So he literally tells me that. He goes, when I cut your arm open, it shot me in the face. He goes, so maybe think about that next time you're using dirty needles on the yard. And I'm like,
so blood got into his eye.
not only blood, but it's like green pus shit. Like,
Oh.
he was probably wearing goggles or it got on his face. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
I mean,
and right
thank
there, I'm
God
like,
you didn't get a disease, bro. That's
literally,
what
I'm like,
it's
oh
wild.
shit, right? You know? So then, but I'm like, dude, right when I get back to the yard, I'm never touching drugs again. Like, I have a year and a half to go. I'm like, and I'm like thinking, this is my wake up call with God, right? But I don't even believe in God, you know? But I'm like thinking, there's got to be some God out there somewhere, you know?
For you to
And
be
Talking about-
spared to that
talking about
level.
At
Hopefully-
that time or right now? Like,
that's what I was thinking back then. I fully believe in it now. Like, and back then, and I prayed thinking he was real 1%, but my mindset back then was like, if he's real, I need all the help I can get. So I still pray every single night.
100%,
But I didn't
brother,
believe he
yeah.
was real.
Yeah.
And then I get back to the yard, and the second I hit the yard, what do? I go get dope and go get high. Like the
Damn,
night, I
really?
didn't even wait till the next
Wow.
morning, you know, and it's just like right back at it. And it, you know, it luckily wasn't until I went to the hole for an attempted murder, and I sat in the hole for that for almost a year straight until I got out. And then I got,
What prison is this?
I'll tell you, because I can be real about everything, because it's past the statute of limitations now. It's past 7 years.
Oh, it's 7 now, not 10?
I've been out 10 years, but this happened 7, 8 years ago, so it's past that, so they can't do anything.
By the way, you don't have to answer anything that would put you
No, I
in a
don't
bad
mind.
spot.
No, my kids tried to just murdered a dude on the yard, like right in front of 36 people. Like slit his eyes out, stabbed his eyes out, slit his
murdered
throat
somebody
ear to
in the
ear,
yard?
on a yard in front of 36 people, like on
Jeez,
an open yard too.
wow.
And
What was the reason? What happened?
he snitched on his wife. He got caught with a gun in the car and told the cops the gun was his wife's.
Oh, hold on.
How did he wind up in prison?
Drug charges later on.
Wait. Hold on. So you're, just to confirm, right? Snitches do get stitches.
100%.
Well, at this point, they got,
Listen,
they got
the
dead.
yards I was on, yes. The yards Wes Watson was on, they probably get beat up. Yes.
Okay.
The yards I was on,
We took care of him by
if
giving
you're
him
a
candy.
sex
You know what?
offender or a snitch, there's literally a no
Yep.
hands policy. Like you have to use a weapon on them.
I'll talk about this
You
freely.
have to try to kill them.
I'll talk about this freely because it is past the statute of limitations also. It's not on me. It's on my brother. I think I've told you a little bit about it. He served time, and you can look into him because I don't know specifically how often, you know, because he did his best to protect me by not being around me, you know, and he's my little brother.
Wow.
But we grew up together. Bro, we shared the same bed until we were like 17, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? We share the same room for sure.
way.
You know what I mean? So my brother, when he got, you know, when they got to him, he was looking at 28. He was looking at 28 years. I hired I didn't at that moment, I hired a great lawyer with money I didn't have, you know? Like I remember using like my income tax returns at that time,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
to just pay for the
Figure it
lawyer.
out,
And at that time, even his, one of the mothers of his children, because he has 7 children from 2 different, baby mamas, right? And he loved both of them, and he loved his children. That's what I will tell you that, as crazy as that sounds. But you know, we're putting together as much as we can to take care of this lawyer because this lawyer is going to try to get him from 28 down to like 10
or something. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
right? So, but here's what I'll tell you is they were willing to let him, to reduce his sentencing. I don't even know if it was offered to even let him walk, but he needed to snitch on his crew, his team, his the people he was doing what he was doing
Yeah,
with,
his family.
right? And he said, "Nah, we're not even." He's like, "Just take me now." So they took him. So for me, right, in our culture, right, because I'm Mexican, I'm a Mexican from Mexico. right? That did it the hard way,
Yeah.
legalized themselves, got his citizenship in 2012, etc.
And now balling at a dope ass office up in Central Phoenix.
Thank you,
and living
brother.
the life,
We
for
actually
real, yeah.
bought this building in 2019. Praise God. You know what I mean?
stuff,
So
man.
we have a good amount of equity in this building now. But what I'll tell you is where I come from, if you do snitch, you either end up inside or outside.
Yep.
Regardless, you're not going to end up in a good place.
100%.
Fast forward, like I said, you know, he chose, he's like, I'm not doing that, because he knew that if he snitched, bro,
They're gonna
and
find you anyway.
knowing
Yeah.
my brother, bro, he would never snitch anyway. You know,
Yeah.
I know that I shared space with him for almost 2 decades. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I know that snitching wasn't even like an option for him, right? So anyway, eventually, you know, he served whatever time he served, and then he got kicked out to Mexico because he was illegal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I know that one of the places he served, because I visited him several times, and if you look into the records, you'll probably see me as a visitor, was Lower Buckeye on 27th Avenue. There's a Circle K there,
Yep.
right? Bro,
LBJ.
it hit, what is it called?
LBJ, Lower Buckeye
Lower
Jail.
Buckeye Jail,
Yep.
right? Okay. That was before he got transferred to wherever, and I'm sure you know how to track all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember having to speak to him through a television.
You can't hear shit really.
That's
barely
it.
see,
It's like I had to speak to him. He was in a pod,
Yeah.
and I had to speak to him through a television. And in there, right? You know, you got the M. You got the paisas.
Yep.
You got the what would you call the Mexican Americans or the Chicanos?
So that's what you got the Mexican Americans, which are the Chicanos, Paisas.
You got the Paisas.
But then they have another gang, which is Grandale, because they're so damn big. Grandale
Yep.
has their own gang right there too. You got the Aryan Brotherhood.
Yep.
Mau Mau's for the blacks.
You got the brothers, right?
Yep.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you know,
But
there
the
were-
Border Brothers are the Paisa gang.
the who?
Border
The Border
Brothers,
Brothers, yeah.
yes.
So what I'm saying is, in our culture, we don't, snitching is it's highly frowned upon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you snitch, your family, your friends, your gang, whoever,
Everything,
like
yeah.
everybody's like, you're out, you're done, you're a rat, you're a POS. You cannot be trusted,
Yep.
right? And we'll talk about it later.
That's why they give me so much time.
Well, we'll talk about it later, right? That I told you that, hey, there was a gentleman that I put up on a stage, and then fast forward a couple months later, I found out that he was a snitch.
And
so-
even worse than that.
You,
Yeah.
you know, you see how it's all connected,
Yeah.
right? Because think about it, right? My brother was willing to serve whatever he was willing to serve, and he was willing to die just because, you know, he wasn't a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
So in my
And
culture,
these dudes will go away for this over money or even go and do in a couple of years. And I'll say, I would want people to know this. Andy Elliott's a fucking rat. Like, I want people to know that's me that's saying that.
oh damn,
So people, and if you don't believe me and think you like his Instagram stuff, go read the police report. Like, he's a scumbag of all scumbags. There's nobody worse on earth than not only a dude that's a rat, but a guy that hides behind God and tries to use God's name to protect his name. You know what I'm saying? And if you read his police report, because I came up in the car business. I made all my money in the car business when I came up.
was this pre-prison or after?
After prison. I never had a job before I went to prison. So I was in
Okay.
there from 18 till 30 straight. So never even worked a day, never been on a date, never did anything until I got out when I was 31 years old, you know?
Damn.
And and so I did, when I heard about this police report stuff, because to be honest, me and Andy were, I wouldn't say friends, but decent acquaintances, had each other's cell phone numbers, and like every time I saw him, he'd kiss my ass with his little stupid ass lisp he had and stuff, you know what I mean, with his little tiny ass
damn.
shorts.
He has
But
a lisp? I don't
yeah,
know.
he would always kiss my ass and stuff. But he has a lisp with L's or something like that, you know. So it's I don't know, whatever you call that.
Luther.
L's?
Yeah.
Luther.
Yeah. So he talks like that.
L's? Not S's, L's.
Yeah, it's L's. I don't know what it
Okay.
is.
I've never heard a list with an L.
Yeah, but then I read the part. You don't have to read it all. You just read part of the police report, and you can see that every single thing it says that he's doing in this is literally this human being that he is now. So it's like, even if you made a mistake and you're fooled by these people now, then how could you be doing the exact same thing you were doing back then, and you're the exact same person to a T? Every single one of those lists that said he hid behind God, he used this and all that, he swayed people with this. It's like, that's what he does to a T every day.
Yeah.
So how could you expect me to believe that police report's not real? And it's just, oh, you were the fall guy for your buddies, and they pulled a wool over you guys. You didn't know what they were doing. We were doing the exact
who's
same
the
thing
fall-
back
who's
then.
the
That's
fall
what he
guy?
says, right? He says
That's his
that there's
excuse.
two sides
No.
to every
He was-
story. That's like the
from-
thing.
From what I've heard, right? From what I've heard.
He wasn't the owner. He was the desk manager, is what he's told me him from his own mouth.
No.
And he was listening to the owners telling him he was just running the store for these guys, didn't know anything. They pulled the wool over his eyes. That's the story he gave me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Then how are you the same person, and how are you using God to do all this stuff when that's the same thing you do now? Because that's the first thing he told me when I met him, was he started talking about God within 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And then it's funny, his whole team goes to church every Sunday, but he's conveniently never there.
Oh, well.
Watch the Impact Church. You'll see all the Andy Elliott guys there, but he's never there.
Yeah, that has really gone in a direction that I never. Again, before I found out all these, the snitching in Oklahoma and all this stuff, and it's like, dude. Again, before I found all that out, same thing. I like you said about even Andy Frisella, I try to see the good in people, right? And then but then, right, you start running into some bad people, and then you're like, dude, I don't want to go through that again.
There's too many bad people out here. You can't look for the good in people anymore. Like you have to make them prove it to you.
It's so tough, right? Like you said, now you come from a place where you're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So when that situation, like I said, I started to get all that information around March of 2024. And I'm a guy that, like, I'm a stats guy, I'm a facts guy, I'm a research guy, right? I dive deep into the rabbit hole. I can't just take somebody's word for it. Hey, that guy's a POS. I'm like, well, wait a minute, why is he?
Like, why are you saying that?
And then it's like link, and I'm like, okay, let me. It's like, hold on, watch this. I'm like, okay, let me click on. Watch this. This is funny. You'll appreciate this. Watch this. Yep. Watch. Okay. Okay. Let me click into the first link, which is scrib.com document. And then it's like, okay, let me click into the justice.gov link.
Go. That's the good stuff.
And then let me click into the dealertalk.io link. Yep. And I'm like, okay, this is real, right?
Yep.
Like once I started clicking on links, I'm like, this is real.
Yep.
And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to respectfully just keep my distance.
Yep.
Because it goes against everything that my culture stands for. And it definitely goes against everything what my
family stands for.
Well, my brother, who actually was murdered January 9th of 2020 in Mexico, and there's only one way you can kill my brother, through the back. And that's how he was murdered. He sorry, homie. Yeah, it's all good, bro. He was he was walking out, it was around 2 a.m. And yeah, there, at this point of his life, he was, he had invited a friend over and to the apartment that I used to pay for. I always made sure my brother was taken care of, even when when he was living down in Mexico. And this guy, he was like my brother called him, he was a traicionero, which means he was a POS, he was a betrayer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he was a friend, right? So on his way out, his friend decides to shoot him on the back of the head with a little .22, a little small gun. And so my brother survived for hours.
Yeah.
I actually, and I'll show you, I actually have the video of him breathing like his last, breathing there before the,
oh, man.
I have the video, because the guy that, the neighbor sent me the video, you know what I mean? And we thought that he would just hit, oh, he got hit from the back of, I'm like, oh, my brother got into another fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it was a gunshot, right? So again, I can't support anyone that has done those type of things because it goes against my brother's memory.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts,
so it's
bro.
a lot deeper than just the social media bullshit.
Which should be enough anyways.
Yeah, 100%, right? 100%. So I can't wait to get back into the alpha male universe, but let me get back into your story, bro, because I feel like people need to hear it, right? So you served a good amount of time. That's a good amount of time, bro, right? Like think about it, right? If someone's 40 years old and you serve 12 years, what percentage of your life is that?
When at the time I got out, it was 40% of my life was in prison.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's a good amount of.
Do the math on that.
So yeah, bro. At that point,
almost half. And not only that, like, I don't say this to be cool, and that's how you know real tough people. Like, I did the worst of the worst prison time. Like the only
It was
people that did
the worst.
Listen, the only people that did worst time, and I've said this full on, when like you can ask Aryan Brotherhood members to back me up on this, and they will. Like the only people that did worst time in prison to me were actual Mexican Mafia and Aryan Brotherhood gang members, because they were locked in the same cell forever and never got out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But I could almost argue that's even better, because once you're in there, you're institutionalized. It's like you don't. It's not that hard because you don't think about ever going anywhere else. Like you're just there. You live there. Like I can't explain to people, because like even me, like how'd you do 12 years in prison? I'm like, bro, after the first few years, like you don't think about going home. You just live there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you live in a gangster.
What do they call
place.
it? You're institutionalized.
Institutionalized. Yeah,
right. You're
I absolutely
like that's
was.
just,
Yeah.
this is your world. This
Watch
is
the
your
Vice
life.
TV show. Like I was on. I don't know if you guys seen I was a teenage felon on Vice TV.
Link.
But
Send
yeah,
me
it's
the
on
link.
Hulu. It was on cable TV and
Yeah.
everything. But like it's.
What was the show called, by the way?
I was a teenage felon. Season 2, episode 5. The shot caller episode is me.
Got it.
The shot caller, and Vice
Yeah.
fact checks all their shit because they have to. It's the
Yeah,
law.
yeah, for sure.
Wes
Yeah.
Watson.
Oh.
So, anyways, God, I was just dropping my train of thought after shooting
No,
out
no,
his name again.
you did the worst kind of time.
Oh yeah, so, but you don't, when you're in those cells, like when you're in the SHU program, like the security housing unit that Wes says he was and never was, because people like that don't make it out here on the streets. I was a miracle, but I got out from there.
Yeah.
And like you get used to being in there. So like not the SHU program, because you don't even have your TV in there, but like when you're in like Supermax or Max, because even in Supermax you have a TV, you have a little 12-inch TV and stuff. You have like 12 channels, so you get into a routine. You listen to music in the morning, do your workouts, clean your cell, do your bird bath and all that stuff. Like you don't ever think about leaving. You're just like your routine. You know what you're doing every day. So it's not that hard, But like I was the opposite, because when you're a shot caller and you run every yard, like you're on a yard.
What do you mean shot caller yard? Like what?
So each race has a dude that calls the shots, like the dude in charge.
Is there a
We call him the
criteria?
HNIC. You know what I'm saying? Head in charge. That's
Let me ask you: is there a criteria that would qualify? Because you can't just hey guys, I'm the shot caller,
Absolutely.
right? Like, is there a criteria that boxes you got to check off
100%.
to be the shot caller in a yard?
Yeah, and some.
Yeah, talk to me about that. What does it take to be a shot caller in prison?
Because people always think it's like just being gangster. Like that's a given. Like every single
Everybody
dude on
in
their
there
yard is gangster.
yeah,
every
yeah,
single
they
dude on
have
that
to-
floor
they're-
is gangster.
yeah.
And 90% of them would like are even more gangster than me. Like they'll go stab a dude in front of a cop and kill him and not even think twice about
Yeah.
it. Like seriously. So like being a gangster is a given. So it's not even on the list. Like you have to be an entrepreneur. You know why? Because those dudes that are sitting in Supermax and SMU2 for the Mexican Mafia and the Aryan Brotherhood that have been in there for a decade. In 98 is when they came around and swooped up all the gang members. So
Under Arpaio?
no, it was under the governor. So
No,
bigger
but
than
it was here, right?
Yeah,
I
but
think,
like
was Arpaio still running it? Because
Arpaio ran the jails. He didn't run the prisons.
Arpaio cleaned up Arizona.
Yeah,
tough.
You're right. But so like in the prison systems back then, they had like the Aryan Brotherhood members on every gang, the Mexican Mafia guys. They had just built Supermax. So Pelican Bay in California, where death row is the exact same as our SMU2 out here, which is Supermax 2.
Yeah.
So we have SMU1 and SMU2. This is how you know people are real, because Wes Watson says he's been in the SHU. You can never talk about the SHU because he doesn't know anything about it.
Right,
You know what I'm
doesn't
saying?
know
Like
I don't even know
I'm
what
gonna give
the
you guys the
SHU
rundown
is.
on them all right now. So like the SHU program is
Supermax,
security
Max.
housing unit. You could be in Supermax and still not be in the SHU program. The SHU is the worst of the worst in the entire state.
Why is it the worst?
In Arizona, they give you the loaf bread. Like you don't even get your TV. You don't get any of your property. You're in there with a mattress and a Bible 24/7.
You get to shower?
You can't leave.
You get 3 showers a week. And
3
they're
showers a week?
3 showers a week. That's where I was. I got released from 3 showers a week. I didn't get no hour out a day. Like I have 24 hours a day lockdown. That's where I got released from. So, and when you go to the shower, you're completely shackled up or cuffed behind your back. The 2 cops walk you to the shower, one with each hand on your arm. They put you in the shower. They undo all your chains and
You're
shackles.
a menace to society.
Absolutely. And then you can take your shower. When you're done with your shower, you have to wait till they come back and shackle you up. So by the time you're done showering, you're sweating. So like I wouldn't even, that's why my wife is so funny. I'm still the same way out here. She gets mad because I get in bed wet every night. Like no joke. And I'm like, I'm not used to not using a towel, because when I use a towel and they're like, you're sweating by the
You
time you're
sweat
done.
a lot?
So I would wash my boxers in the shower. I'd put my wet boxers on when I get out of the shower, and I would just air dry. Because by the time my body would almost air dry, that's by the time they were coming to picking me up. So at least I'm not sweating by the time I get my first
So you already had a little process going.
a routine, because I'm
Yeah.
in there forever. And I've 12 years felt like forever for me. Like I never thought I was going home, and I firmly believe that. Like I always said it was like it'd be a miracle if I ever went home. And like I was 6 months to the gate, a year to the gate, and people are like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, when they let me go, then I'll believe that I'm going home. Like there's no chance. I used to say verbatim, like there's no chance they're just gonna let me out after doing 12 years. Like I thought I was so screwed up as a person that like how
You're like, don't you?
It's
you
crazy
shouldn't
to
let me
imagine
out.
because like I didn't believe in God, but like I just thought like there's no way that they were gonna let this human being out into the universe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
Chappy,
saying?
what originally got you in? Like, what was it? A bunch
Nothing.
of
No,
charges?
a burglary charge. 10 of us kids burglarized. It's crazy shit in the world. 10 of us kids burglarized a house. Spring break. It should have been my
Like a
senior.
home invasion?
No, like a burglary when they were in Hawaii. And I took, you won't even believe this. And it was spring break. It was senior year of high school. I took 10 of us kids. I took Jordan
So
basketball
you were the
shorts.
shot caller even among the kids.
Always. Jordan basketball shorts, Jordan sandals, a drill, and a snowboard. Bullshit.
Other people took other stuff.
Never made it out of the garage. By the time I was done in there, my homies come running down and say, "We got all the jewelry. Let's go. Let's go." And we get to my house, and because I had planned on taking, so we didn't like these kids. It was a 15,000 square foot house. They were the richest kids in Ahwatukee. So we planned on taking shit that they wouldn't even notice was gone. You know, like changed, stupid shit like that. You know, like their Jordan basketball shorts and sandals. Like I couldn't afford to buy those. My mom wasn't buying those, but like I wanted to rock them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was shit like that. And we get to my house, and my buddy pulls out this bag of jewelry, dog. And it ended up being $330,000 for the jewelry.
330,000.
And that's just what they left at their house. That's not what they were wearing.
Oh, yeah. These people were rolling.
Right? So he was the second highest person paid in all of Arizona back then. It was the president of University of Phoenix and Apollo colleges.
Damn, you guys really chose
Right.
your target right. Huh?
That's who I grew up with, you know. And I
Yeah.
grew up with a single mother. I shared a bed with my mom until I was 15 years old. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But 8 of the 10 kids all tell me it was all me.
Wait. They all said it was you.
The worst part about it is my little brother and his friends went and burglarized the house. They took change, DVDs, dumb shit like we were going to do. And they come back to my mom's house. My mom's a single mother. She's out of town. She's a flight attendant. So that's like I kind of raised myself, you know, and I don't fault her for that. Like she had to do what she had to do to leave my dad, you know.
Yeah.
And so that house was the party house. So my brother and his friends come back and they had just burglarized the Nelson's house. And it's a famous house where we're from, you know. And they tell me, and you know what's funny, when my brother and them did it, the only thing he told his friends was, the only rule was do not tell my brother that we did this and that they're out of town. He comes back, and of course, his little buddies are all like, look up to me. So then, of course, the second my brother leaves the room, they tell me, yo, we just burglarized the Nelson's house. I'm like, shut up.
That's the same house you hit?
Yeah. So we go back the same night. Listen. So I got 12 years for burglarizing a house that was already burglarized.
Oh no.
So his friends.
Did everybody go down or?
I'll tell you, it's bad.
Yeah.
So my brother and his friends leave because we do meth. So we're up all night long. All we're doing is waiting for my brother.
How old are you at this?
I'm 18.
And you're doing meth already?
Oh, I did meth when I was 15, 16 years old.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Was it like glass?
Yeah.
Smoking glass?
Smoked out a little.
Oh yeah, you were up.
Yep.
Yeah, you were up
So
at least. Yeah.
all I was doing I was waiting for my brother and them to get drunk and go to sleep, and then I recruited his two friends. I was like, yo, I'm gonna come wake you up, whatever, and we're gonna go back to this house. And when they finally get us caught, 8 of the 10 kids say that it was all me. And what's worse is all the kids that did it told the cops that I had did it. Literally, they all have the same story.
All of them.
I did it. They had heard about it, or I had came back and told them that I just burglarized the house. They were all sleeping at my mom's house after a night of drinking. My own friend, the one that took all the jewelry, told the cops that it was me, that he was sleeping on my floor when it had happened, and that I came back with a bag of jewelry and I showed him it. And oh, you know what's even more convenient? He knows where it's all hidden. Because we had it hidden. And I was in jail on a probation violation.
Who was the architect of? Well,
let me tell you, because I was in jail on a probation violation because I got caught robbing the Mercedes-Benz dealership at Chandler. So I stole a brand new Mercedes-Benz, brand new off the lot.
Oh my God.
like little joyriding.
Back when Gone in 60 Seconds came out, you know, they said those cars were unstealable. Like they have the red laser cut keys, they're unstealable. And like we'd literally just go around jacking every
So
night.
you were like, bet.
Literally.
Challenge
Bet.
accepted.
Yeah,
right?
bet. No joke. I'm like, I
Yeah.
got bolt cutters. I cut the chains off the big swinging gate fences. Mercedes-Benz at Chandler picked the one I wanted with the black with chrome rims.
Oof.
They had the lockbox on that night. I cut that off, and no joke. And I don't say this to say I'm proud of it, just to show you the full transformation of where I am now. You
For
know?
sure,
And it's
for sure.
And so I got probation for that. So then I got arrested for this, and I'm in jail with no bail. Everybody else gets jail and probation. The guy that took all the jewelry, he got caught selling their jewelry to 3 different pawn shops also.
Oh,
he had 3 more class 3 felonies than me, and he got 2.5 years because he told him where the jewelry was. And I got 12. Nobody else got prison time.
So you got 12
Yep.
for burglary
Yep. One charge, theft of controlled property,
for not saying anything.
because I didn't tell him where the jewelry was.
Yeah.
And the other guy got 2.5 years. With
This
three,
was
three more class
were
3
you
felonies.
18? Were you 18?
We were both 18. Yeah, we were best friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and just that's another thing to show you. All these dudes will do whatever for the best friends. Like, this was my best friend on earth.
For how long?
Years and years. Like we spent every minute of every day
Like
together.
you guys grinded together.
He didn't go home without
Yeah.
me, and I didn't go home without
grinded
him.
together, cry together.
Dog, like I'm
fought
not
together.
joking. Like we did meth, and we were together 24/7.
Did meth together.
Literally, like if he went home, I went home with him, and I was in his room while he was trying to put pieces together for his mom, so we could leave together. Like, and if I went home, we'd do the same thing. Like, we were never inseparable, and he snitched on me like without a blink of an eye, and like
To save his own skin.
and not only just snitched on me, but like made up stuff and put the whole thing on me.
So you are that's I told you my story why I'm like, why we're like my culture is strongly against snitching.
Yeah.
I can see why you're against snitching.
Yeah.
Like it cost you 12 years.
So when you ask, that's another thing to
You know what I mean?
come a full circle. When you ask like the requirements to being a shot
Yeah.
caller in the prison, so when they asked me, so I had long blonde hair, like I was like I said a little pretty boy,
Like a surfer.
Yeah, and when I got locked up, like they always told me there's like these heart checks. So I thought there's gonna be heart checks. There was no heart check, but like
What's a
I'm really
hard check? What's a hard check?
where they're like someone will come fuck with you, see if you're gonna like defend yourself or something,
Oh, I see, yeah.
and just literally see if you're not a bitch to take your
What's
stuff.
that
you
I
know?
called?
hear about that all the
It's
time.
called a heart check.
So it's
Yeah.
not-
Heart
that didn't
check.
happen.
Heart check, yeah.
Oh, to see if you got hearts.
Yeah, see if you have heart to stay in the yard. Yeah, if not, they're gonna tell you to roll up.
You ever seen American Me?
No.
Oh.
If we're talking about prison movies, though, you got to watch
It's
the
a-
Shot Caller movie.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's
Brother,
the
I
most real
grew
prison
up-
movie ever.
What's it called?
The Shot Caller.
Oh,
The
it's
Shot
called
Call-
The
The
Shot
Shot
Caller.
Caller.
That's a
wow,
movie?
okay.
Yes.
I grew up on, like Mexican Americans.
Blood
We
in, Blood
grew
Out.
Blood In, Blood Out, American Me. We grew up on all that, right?
Okay, yeah.
At the end, the shot caller gets betrayed by his entire gang.
Yeah.
They
For
say,
sure.
"Hey, you coming out of your cell today?"
That's how
Right?
it is.
And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming out." Comes out. He's surrounded by his lieutenants or whatever,
Yep.
his top ranking guys. And he's like, "Hey, SA." He's like, "You got a lot of hearts." He's like, "A little too much." And he's like, "Sometimes you just got to give your best shot." And they all look at each other.
Just like that.
They just start shanking them, bro. And then they throw them off the damn 3-story balcony, whatever it is. I got to send you the name of the movie, bro, but I probably watched it at least 10, 20 times.
Yeah.
It's called American Me.
Yeah.
My wife was trying to convince me to watch American Me 2 weeks ago. She's like, "Babe," she's like, "the girls
our
should
movie."
watch American Me with us, huh?" He's like, "Come
You
on,
learn
it's
about
like a
just life
cultural.
lessons there?
It's like a culture thing, right?" And I'm like, "No, they're not ready yet." You know what I mean?
right.
But anyway, so back to you.
Okay,
Heart
yeah. So
check.
not only,
Yep.
so
How you became the shot caller.
yeah. So then so I could tell no one's messing with me, right? No one will talk to me. Like I can't borrow anything. Like when you get there, you have nothing. Like you're completely indigent, which means like you have like barely a bar of soap and anything.
Did anybody ever try to take your food?
No, that doesn't really happen. So in county jail, it happens, but that's it.
Why does it happen in county jail?
Prison's so regulated, bro. Like, because you got to understand, like, there's people never getting out of there. So, like, they're militant about how the way stuff's run there. County jail's just a bunch of knuckheads in and out. Some people are in there for a week. Some people are in there for a day. It's just
You're
different.
saying it because they're in for life, so they have nothing to lose. So they could just they could kill anyone.
No, the
like
opposite.
That.
The opposite. They would if they had to, but it's the opposite. People think that, and it's the opposite. The lifers are the most chill dudes on the yard. You know why? Because they're never going home, bro. They just want to have a chill life. They want to watch their TV and do their
sense,
same
yeah.
routine.
It's
They
like
want
the
nothing to throw
retired
their
guy.
routine off. They're retired. That's how you look at them. Like they're like that's what like we kind of make
Retired
fun of all the
gangsters.
lifers on the yard. We're like, oh, it's a lame ass lifer. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you don't want nothing to happen on the yard. So like it's the opposite. Everybody thinks that, but it's the opposite. You know. So, anyways, and I didn't like the dude running my building. He was like a country ass, for sure racist ass white boy. And them straight redneck like. Warned me multiple times, if somebody comes in here and sees you watching BET, you're gonna have to fight, and I'm like, I'm ready for whatever, bro, because like you're not allowed to watch BET.
Damn. Hold on. Let's get back to that. Right?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm looking at the black dude in the building right now. Hold on.
Let's just get
Hold
white
on.
people own BET.
Hold
Let's
on.
just say that first.
Yeah.
Do they though?
Yeah, of course.
Probably.
Maybe. I'll check.
100%. It's a
So
Democrat.
you're saying, right? The white shot caller in prison told you if you get caught watching BET here in prison,
He can't save you.
you're gonna get beat up.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And he's pretty much, and he says like, there's no rules. Like it's a green light. If anybody wants to do some money, they can, because it's they look at it like you're betraying your
Like
race.
a white dude can.
What's
try
funny?
to
My
fight
wife
you?
is black, and both my sons are black.
Yeah.
And I tell her this all the time because I just think it's kind of funny now.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
We might want to.
And you know what's funny?
No, we might have to dig into that.
I used to have white pride
too.
tattoo right here on my stomach, and I
used to have what?
I used to have white pride across my stomach.
Okay.
And I had it when I met my wife, even so, and I had to warn her about it. I was like, "Yo, just I have a couple sets left. But I'm removing this stuff. It's my old gang life, But yeah, that. Oh God, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's wild,
bro. Hold
Thanks
on,
for being so transparent, bro.
Yeah,
that's
for
pretty,
sure.
bro,
that's pretty cool.
That's.
Oh, but anyways, what I was saying,
yeah.
I lost my train of thought. They tell you that because I don't remember. I think I had only been with one black chick or something before I'd been to prison, but like I always love black women. I think they're beautiful, like
So you're
brown
into
skin,
black
like
women.
black skin. Yeah, of course,
You're into black. That's your cup of tea. You like your women like you like your coffee.
My music,
straight
yeah, and
black.
how I like my music, yeah. So then, but they would tell me like my OGs and stuff would tell me like, dude, you can't even do that, like. And they had me almost thinking that I was disrespecting my heritage and my founding fathers of what I had come from if I'm in bed with a black woman.
That's crazy.
They're like, dude, if you do that, you're giving up a piece of your white race and and I'm like, the whole time I'm listening to them the whole time, but I'm like, I don't say anything. I'm like, whatever. I love black chicks. Like that's what I kind of joke around about, because at that point we had a good relationship and he knows gangster. So like, but a normal kid, like they would have tried to whoop their ass or something like that, and I'm like, whatever, I'm still doing it, and like he would beg me, like, just Chap, don't do that when you get out. Just please don't do that. They're
don't get with the black woman.
Don't get with a black woman when you get out. That's what they're telling you in there, And I'm just like, whatever. In one ear and out, one in the other, and I'm gonna go back to myself and bump my rap music, and someone can come try and fight me if they want to get bad. You know what I'm saying?
He knew you like black women.
Yeah.
You like your women like I like my media people.
Yeah. Because I've been watching BET during the day, and that's when they come warm me, because 106 in Park's the only way you get new music videos,
Yeah.
And so that's it. But so it's not only being tough. Oh, I'm sorry.
The shot caller criteria.
But yeah, I was getting to how I got there. Mm-hmm. So the dude, the racist redneck, right? I get this dude that comes from the county jail, and he was a higher security inmate. So when I was in the county jail, I was like the minimum security, like burglary charge, nothing dangerous, never been to prison. There's these other pods, and you go to visit, and you're in there, and there's these prison pods. So you see all these dudes that look like me now that are covered in tattoos, all been to prison, right? So you're a kid, you're like, holy shit, these guys, and then it's like, and there was one of the dudes that was like one of the shot callers back then, and we had the same lawyer. That's the only reason I knew him, right? We were in the same jail at the same time. Later on down the road, the first month there, he comes and he's my cellie now. Right? So he's just prison dude that's been to prison before, whatever, this and that. And I'm like, I already don't like this dude. I know no one respects him. I'm like, I'm going to make it a point and just whoop this dude's ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he already made the comment that he didn't like us playing cards in his house. When I say house, it's a little 3-foot cubicle,
little
right?
cell.
But he don't want, and there's nowhere else to go. So I have my mind made up now at this point. My little buddy just got here. He's my cellie, and I'm going to prove these dudes that I'm tough now. And we go to do count time, which means you have to go back and just stand.
How big were you at this point?
6 foot, 160.
Okay, so you're still nothing crazy.
Still nothing at all like this.
Like 6 foot, right?
Maybe
pretty big.
Maybe 6'1", 160. I've still never even worked out. I've done some push-ups, but that's it. Like
but
my arms are.
But you weren't 5'8".
No, never.
Nah, I'm messing with you.
I was 5'8" when I was in 6th grade.
He's
Wes
5'4",
Watson.
by the way. You're 5'4".
Yes.
No offense to the short people out there.
No, you couldn't be a shot caller.
Well, I'd have to kill somebody. As soon
You'd have
as
to just
I
be
got it, right?
crazy gangster. and
Now
have
you
a
are.
reputation.
I've seen your temper, and you and I have gotten into some wrestling.
You definitely have to have a temperature. to be a shot caller.
This dude's pretty strong, bro. He's 100. How much? What's your weight? I saw
let's
this.
not talk about my weight.
You're 100. You're 181 pounds. He's 5'4", 181, bro.
5% down on body fat. Okay?
There you
Good
go.
for
Good
you.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they tell it after count time, and I'm like, I'm gonna whoop this dude's ass. I had my mind made up. So then the cop leaves after count time, and we go to play cards, and he makes one comment about us not playing cards there. And keep in mind, for people that have heard my story, this is the same guy that tells you, do you know why they call it a sucker punch in prison?
Why?
Because you're the sucker if you get punched.
Oh.
So, and he's the guy that runs this down to me when I first get there. So he's like, if you even think you're going to get into it with him, you just take off on him. And I'm like, we can do that. He's like, this is prison. I'm like, bet, because I used to box.
Yeah.
So he tells us, and he says,
in the outside world, it's like looked down upon. In prison, it's like it's.
It is what it is.
It is
Your
what it is.
mindset is like, my mindset back then was like, talk shit when you're in the hospital. Because if we fight, you're in the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like you won't be there to talk shit about me anyways. That was my mindset back then. Because when you get really whooped on your yard, they don't bring you back to the same yard. You go to the hospital and then you go to another yard from there. So
the guy
he
playing
says
cards,
something to me, and then he says, "I'm going to teach you, little young punk, to respect your elders." And turns his back on me to take the dip out of his mouth. He turns on, take the dip out of his mouth, and I'm just on this dude.
This was a white dude.
White dude.
Redneck.
White dude running, redneck running my building too.
Yep.
So
How big is he?
Oh, big. Like used to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning doing backgrounds. Probably out of 6'3".
He's a big dude.
6'3", 230. Big ass white dude. Like
Yeah.
the biggest white dude in the building.
Damn.
And but I'm on this dude, and he doesn't even get a hit on me. Like I beat the brakes off this dude, right?
Yeah.
To where they have to end up pulling me off him, and I'm on the floor. He's covered in blood, and all I'm doing is just lighting this dude up, you know.
Yeah.
And I had long hair back then.
Yeah.
Because I'd grew my hair on the county jail for like a year and a half, you know. And then so he was pulling on my hair, so then I shaved my head the next day. You know, we almost got into it the next day because I was shaving my head, you know, and he'd make some sideways comment to me, and I'm like, go get it again right now if you want, bro. I don't even have any hair, so you won't even like get a.
Wait. So after you beat the hell out of him, he still try to get
make a smart ass comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly think he thought that I was lucky because I sucker punched him, but I beat him up so bad he didn't want that smoke.
But he knows the rules.
And that was my. He just didn't think that I was gonna flare up on him. He thought he was gonna just punk me. Literally, that's what he thought. You know, he never thought a kid twice his size with long blonde hair would just beat the brakes off when he could talk shit to me. And he was twice his size, so he thought he'd get in my face and just like bully me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He never thought I'd be on him the second he turned his back to me. You know?
Yeah.
And I was a nobody on the yard back then. So I remember like my first trouble was like, how am I going to do 12 years like being a lame, like where nobody knows, you know?
Yeah.
And then the next day when we go out to chow, now the yard's heard about what I did. So now these OGs that I've been looking on the yard working out for the past week or two, now they want to talk to this youngster that just beat up the dude running the building.
How old are you at this time?
19.
Damn. Okay.
Because I was in the county jail for almost 2 years straight.
Yeah.
So this was my first yard.
You had to get baptized early.
Oh yeah, I was county jail 3 months after I turned 18
So
years
you're
old.
19.
Yep. And then
you unintentionally or intentionally, right, beat the living brakes off the shot caller.
Yep.
And then now you're out and the OGs
and now they're
are
trying
like,
to recruit
yo.
me, and they're like, "Yo, what's up? You want to get into the politics here?" And I'm like, "What the hell's the politics?" And like smashing snitches, this and all. And I'm like, "Absolutely!" Like I just got snitched on, so I'm like, "I don't even know what politics I'm." I'm like, "Absolutely, I want to do that stuff." And the only thing I told them, like, the only thing I won't do is like, I won't kill somebody in front of the cops on like kamikaze status, because they'll ask kids to do that, like go murder someone right in front of cops, bro.
Yeah.
And it only happens on the few yards in the state, but it does happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the only thing I won't do.
Is it specifically they did something, or is it like a pedophile
Really bad
or
stuff.
something?
Really, pedophile stuff like that. Yeah. And because like I told you, they have rules on those yards. Like if there's a pedophile or something like that, like the dude has to leave like almost dead.
By the way, we're
dead.
supposed to say pederast.
Yeah, well,
Or
bleep that
Democrat.
out. You can bleep that or something.
Pederast
Yeah, 'cause you don't
or
wanna get this thing
PDF
shadow
file.
banned.
PDF file.
Yeah. So
you know, because YouTube, you know what I mean?
Democrat
100%.
file.
Right.
Yes.
But I feel you. So what?
Democrat file.
No, come on. So what happens after you start getting respect? They're like, yo, you know, we want you to join this side. And how did you work your way to?
Then I started then I got sent on missions. And when you get sent on missions, sometimes it's like, hey, this dude's did this.
Mm-hmm.
He's this big. How many guys do you want with you? And I'm like, me. Every time I'm like me, and bring someone to. No joke. I would say me and just bring someone with me to tell me when to pull off them, because I would black out and not know, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd say. Like every mission, that's why like it was always my prison pop Scotty after this, and who's back in again, and he'll probably anyways. But I would go and I would black out. So like whenever it'd be, you think that enough damage is done, then pull me off, and that's it every time. And
yeah,
just wrecked a lot of dudes.
Where did
How
you
many,
get
how
the?
many times did you do?
Oh, it's probably 200 total in my whole prison time.
Where did you get the? Where'd you get the nickname Chappy, and what does it mean?
Just I'm addicted to chapstick, but that's it.
Oh, okay.
You have no say in your nicknames. I hated it at first, but it's just like it is what it is, and I hated it. Now it's like,
So you just had chapstick all the time?
yeah, and now it's so rare, and it started because like if you hold this in your hand, your fist is like 10 times harder. You know that?
Yeah. So you know what's
That's what
crazy? What you should get if you're gonna get the chapstick, right? I just found this through a lot of research. It's called Farm and Bee. So this is a natural beeswax lip balm with avocado oil.
Are they
Really?
Doing promotion for this?
No. I'm just telling him because
I am. Sponsor me. I'm looking for chapstick sponsor.
I actually got that for my daughter because
Yeah.
she's the same way you are. She just needs chapstick all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're just going to be constantly just doing this all day, then let me get you something natural. You know what I mean? Just without the chemicals and stuff. But
So I have
I'll send you the link.
I have one other cool story too, how you get.
By the way, that was not a sponsorship. No.
So
They'll love this conversation.
not only that, running missions, and then we go to another yard, and I pulled up and I pulled a property cop right when we get on the yard.
What's
Like,
that? What's that?
Which means like I snagged a corrections officer, like to where we're in a full-on relationship. I was 23 years old.
Was she
This is
was
on
she
the
a
forehead.
black lady?
Mexican lady.
Oh.
And
Okay.
bro, like this is a
So
4-yard.
you like a little café con leche.
Yeah,
too,
this
little,
is the most secure. This is like the most secure yard besides Max and Supermax. Like it's a 4 yards. Like that's where all the stabbing stuff happened.
So
and
all that really goes down, bro. Like by the way, I praise God. I've never, I've dodged some bullets growing up, right? It's like, but I've never had to serve time or go in there. So is that normal? Do prisoners get with correctional officers? Is it correction officers or correctional?
correction officers.
Correction
Correction officers. Yeah.
Correction. All right. Do prisoners go into full-blown relationships with correction officers?
It does, but so rarely does it happen. I mean, I've seen,
Because I've heard a lot of stories.
I've seen it happen a couple other times in Arizona personally. Like it does happen.
But
so
you were in one.
I was in even more than that. Like, and that's the thing. The other ones that I've seen is like dudes like they pull a cop on the yard. They're talking about a wreck and like they're in a relationship, but they can't do anything. So they pass notes back and forth. They can't visit. They can't make phone calls. So it's dumb shit like that. Like I pulled a property cop, which is the best job, the best cop, the best everything to have on the entire yard. Like she has the keys to every building and every door in the yard that like lieutenants don't even have.
Oof.
Doug,
Did it ever get physical with you guys? Is there places in prison?
I tag teamed her with my prison pops even on the yard.
Wait,
on a
you
4 yard.
tag team with your prison pops?
Yes.
That is wild.
Like CO.
Crazy.
Bro.
High five in the middle of it and everything.
And she was down for the gangbang.
She was down for whatever made me happy.
Hold on. All right.
Literally.
So
Oh my God.
and we're not going to throw any names out there, right?
I'll tell you, I'm 23 years old and I had this and this was the first 4 yard I ever
You were
ran.
young, hung, and full of cum.
I was 23 and I'm running my first 4 yard and I'm no joke, I'm the man, bro.
So by 23, you're running the yard. You pull.
Rocking Jordans, the fattest chain, and none of this is legal. Oakley's, anything you can imagine I have, right? Because she's a property officer. So all I do is I write fake medical waivers for everything and put it on my property file. So they can't even touch none of my stuff.
What does that mean?
So you have a file for every inmate has a file that follows you to every yard you go to. It has like if you bought a TV on there, it has your TV on there. So it has property that the cops can't ever take from you. So but like you can't pass TVs down to other people because they'll have your DOC number engraved in it and stuff, right? Medical can give you waivers for anything. Cops don't know that. So if I put fake medical waivers for like Jordan's feet, have bad feet from medical waiver, and I send Jordans in.
The 11s.
Everything. I put sunglasses because I have bad eyes from the sun in there. Like literally make fake medical waivers for everything. You can do a religious chain for a thing as long as it's under $50.
Now you got
my
a fat
chain wasn't
chain.
under $50, but I had the huge ass chain with a fake waiver on there too.
Yeah.
So like nobody had the access that I had. And I'm like, no joke, killing this yard. Like had her bringing in ounces of heroin and weed for me every week. God. Like you wouldn't believe, bro.
How long do you think
this went on for 9 months?
9 months. So
How did it end?
So you were in heaven.
Dog, like I used to say,
you were in prison.
I
heaven.
used to say this was U of A for me because it was in Tucson and I'm 23. I'd never been to college before. Like, dog, we're smoking blunts and drinking promethazine at 6:30 in the morning in a 4 in my cell. And like I tell, like when I'm done smoking this blunt, I'll tell you when to pop my soda and let me come out to work. And then I go out to work and then I'm eating food that she brought me from the streets, doing whatever we want. She's taking me around to go pass drugs.
What was one of the most delicious meals from outside the yard
It was my mom's home cooking.
that you had in the yard?
Because my mom would come to visit on the weekends, so my mom would make big plates and casseroles and stuff. We were still in a relationship. My mom met her, so my mom would come up every weekend, and before she'd come visit me, she'd go to this CO's house, drop off a whole plate of food, and then all week long she'd bring me in this plate of food every week.
Damn, bro.
So I wasn't even eating street food.
If mom met her, this was a serious relationship.
Yeah, so I was, like I said, I wasn't even eating street food.
How did it end?
Oh, so listen.
Whoa, bro, you can't. Hold on, bro.
So I'm like, anyways, I got the whole yard on lock.
This guy's trying to skip to the end, bro. We're talking about the food.
Yeah,
no. We're talking about the food. We're talking about the Jordans, the chains, we're talking about the gangbang.
And then I'm running the yard. Everybody's like, no joke, everybody's on my dick like you wouldn't believe, right? Except my prison pops, who's the guy that brought me up and schooled me, you know?
Yeah.
And I just tell him one night, right? I'm like, dude, what is your deal, bro? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, why are you such a hater, bro? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm not a hater, but he was just like an old OG comic, just like grouchy like that.
How much older was he?
He's probably 60 right now. So I remember his number is 86289.
He was probably 20 something years.
Yeah. If you want to look up the DOC website, 086289 is his number. That's how much close we were. Scotty Molino. And he's like, and dog, he is so crazy. He literally tells you verbatim. He's like, I'm not hating on you. He's like, I'm like, then what is your problem, bro? He's like, verbatim. Never said anything like this to me before. He's like, Chap, I just want that bitch to suck my dick.
Well, he just wants what?
I was like, what?
Oh.
He's like, I want that chick to suck my dick. And I'm like, the cop I'm with? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're joking, right? And he's like,
so
no. And I'm like,
So that was his that was his beef.
I'm like, you're mad I'm getting pussy and like you're getting high every day for free. Like I have the whole yard on lock. Like the white boys are the most hooked up here than anybody because we have literally a drug mule that's bringing us in drugs every single day.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, when we got locked down for murder, I had almost so much weed. My youngsters next door, 2 kids couldn't even keister it all. I had over a quarter pound of weed just during that lockdown.
Wait, hold on. You can keister weed? You can keister. You know what keistering is?
2 white kids, 2 white youngsters keistered.
Yeah.
However you want it, 6 ounces, a quarter pound plus 2 ounces of weed in their cell
That was
during
some smelly
a murder
weed, bro.
lockdown. Yeah, for
that
sure.
That really did smell like skunk, huh?
So he tells us, right? And I'm like, you're joking, right? And then we're like, when I found out he's dead serious, I'm like, at this point, I'll do anything.
He's like, that's it?
I'm like, I'll do anything to get this guy to like, I look up to this dude. He's like a dad to me, And I'm like,
that's your beef?
I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'm like, if I do this though, you're gonna literally admit to everybody in the whole pod that I'm the biggest gangster you've ever met, and that you can't touch me. Because he'd always try to act like he was tough, and I'm like, dude, I'm the dude you used to be. Like, I'm not saying you weren't this tough back then, but like, I'm in my, like this prime right now.
But
like,
there was a lot of love
me.
there.
Oh, absolutely. But it was like we'd be real,
love.
All the time. Like we almost fought a few times, but it was real. But I was that dude, and he used to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? And so I would tell him like, my girl, you're 50, you couldn't touch me now. So I'm like, all right, if I pull this off, I want you to do that, right? So then I'm like, done, I'll do this in 2 seconds, So then I'd like...
Wait, he agreed?
Yeah. And then
like, all right.
I'm not going to get too graphic, but just say like the next time I was with her, we did it and high-fived in the middle of it. And
where?
He got back.
Convince her? Or she was like...
I had to make it look like, I just like told her, this is like, I think this is hot. Can we try this? Like that was it,
Oh,
okay.
She's like, if you want, I'll do whatever you want. It's just like that.
This was a Mexican chick, right? Where?
In my defense, I reached out to her, no joke, on social media, probably 3-4 years ago, and made an amends to her. Just said I'm sorry. Like, I changed my life and gave my life to God, and just don't want to I don't want to like do people bad. And if I can say sorry for shitty shit I did before, I want to say sorry.
But what did you do bad?
Did she get fired or anything?
She got moved jobs, and she had a really good job there, and she has kids. So I don't really don't like to mess with people that have kids and mess with their home life and stuff. So for sure.
Okay, because I thought you guys were just. I mean,
we were, but I had her take. Like I literally took precedence over kids in her life. Like I know that for a fact. Like what I mean. So I just know like I took away from her kids back then and stuff.
Because I thought you guys were just kind of doing the adult thing. You know what I mean? Like,
we were, except she was obsessed with me. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't.
Oh, you broke her heart.
Yeah.
Got it. So where in prison can prisoners and correction officers, do the damn thing, get physical? Like where is there?
Are we
what
trying
spots?
to give notes to Wes?
The only way.
No, bro.
Is if you pull a cop like I had.
Yeah, but
because the property officer. So like,
where can you go? Like
where we did that
rooms?
Tag team was in the chemical room.
In the chemical room?
So when you're doing property, just to show you, like, it's each building or run gets chemicals once a week, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like floor cleaner, shower cleaner, stuff like that. Who does it on those high yards? Normally the minuscule yards, it's like they have a person that goes and gets them off the yard. Room? For your cells or the big pod. So there's 25 cells in each pod on a 4-yard, right? Mm-hmm. So we go around once a week and we pass off chemicals. So each building puts their chemicals on one building. So each building has a porter. Mm-hmm. Building 4 will have an Abel run porter, Baker run porter, Charlie run porter, and a dog run porter, right? Mm-hmm. Each one puts their chemicals out. It'll be like 4 bottles in a net bag. And we go around in the truck. That's why I said I used to be on a 4-yard driving around in a truck smoking joints with the lieutenant and the cop I was in a relationship with on a 4-yard.
That's crazy.
But we'd go around and pick up all the chemicals, and then we'd go back to the chemical room. Nobody has a key to the chemical room except the property officer. Lieutenants don't even have a key to that. Why would they? They want the least amount of keys as possible. So we go back to this room. Nobody can get in here. If the lieutenant walks in, they have to still knock.
So you have as much time as you need?
That's what I'm saying. Like I had, like you couldn't believe how good I had it, bro. It was insane.
Hold on. So this happened for like 9 months.
9 months, yes.
How often were you in there smashing?
To where like she'd beg me, and I'm like, no, not today.
Oh shit!
Doing it, and I still had 8 years left.
And for all the kids out there that are listening, guys, this is not your normal situation, right? Don't think that this is what prison is like, but this was prison for Chappy.
Yes, right? This was what it was like for me. Yeah.
So,
but then I'll tell you what's really bad is after when they catch you, because they do not like when you get caught messing with one of the cops.
No.
Oh my God.
Wait, you didn't get caught, right?
Didn't get caught red-handed. And that's
just
the thing
accused of, maybe.
And the state, they can't just fire you for anything, right? So I told her from the jump, like, the only way you get in trouble, like street charge, is if you admit to something or I admit to something. You know the dude I am. I think I know who you
ain't gonna
are.
say nothing.
I'm never going to say
Nope.
anything. The cops are going to come in here. They're going to tell you that I told on you. They're going to make up everything under the book.
Right, yeah.
As long as you don't fall for that shit and you know that I didn't ever snitch on you, we're good.
Yeah.
She held her mud. They jammed me up, tried to say that she told him she was bringing me drugs. I'm like, yo, you guys are tripping. That chick has kids. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know?
Yeah.
So they moved her. So what they do is they'll give her a shitty job
Unless
on
they have you on camera.
on camera or
But they
physical
don't.
evidence. But they don't.
But they don't.
You know? No, they don't.
Yeah.
So that was what it was. They moved her and then they sent me to the hole. Cops.
Who snitched?
The Mexicans did.
Oh, no.
Yep.
That makes us look so bad.
You know why?
They were jealous.
When you got a Mexican chick bringing
Yeah,
in
they were
drugs to the
jealous.
white boys and the Mexicans don't have drugs, they are some
But
bad
bro,
mofos.
but bro.
Especially when it's a Mexican dude or when it's a white boy like me that they can't just come call shots and take that connection.
I'm like, hold on. But first of all, what Mexican, was it a Mexican or Mexicans that were like, you know what? Yeah, man,
Mexicans.
forget that dude. Let's snitch on him.
Mexicans.
So all
What
of
if they
them
were
were like,
Mexicans?
yeah.
Because, dog, they tried to come by a couple times and, like, tell her, like, yo, they would literally pull her by and knock on the little property door because it's right by the chow hall. And, like,
So they were mad that they weren't getting
and
what
she'd
you
go
were
out
getting.
there, and she'd go out there, and I'm like, what was that about? She's like, this dude, she'd tell me his bed number. It's like 1 Echo 12. I know who he is. She's like, he just tried to get me to bring in drugs. He said, you do it for the white boys. And I'm like,
Oh.
well, I know I'm going after work today. You know what I'm saying? So literally, I go right over there to work, just beat the brakes off this dude. You know what I'm saying? Tell his
Yeah.
people it's for him dry stitching the people, and then like
It's like this.
did that to enough people, and then before you know it, they just wanted. To
Would
go
you
on.
say anybody that would try to hinder or disrupt the situation you had going on, would you just go after them?
Not even think twice about it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I did it to a
Right,
brother.
that makes sense.
I did it to a brother on the yard in front of 100 people. You know, like because and you know what's funny is he was working before I got there, and I kind of took his job and kind of took over the whole thing because I pulled the cop right away. And so I kind of like backdoor got him fired so I could bring my homie to work because there's only 2 people and I want to work with my homie, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then he went back and then he got the maintenance job. So of course, I'm like, I told him like, yo, just give him a maintenance job, which is the second best job on the yard.
Yeah.
He can do his whole thing and then we're still cool. And I have my buddy here working here. So then he does that, but then he still goes in the property room and like, that's where they take all the contraband stuff. So I had all the old shoes. I'd give them to all my people coming on the yard, you know, if they needed
What size
shoes.
shoe you wear?
12.
Oh,
I know I got small feet for how tall I am, you know.
I know, bro.
12,
I wear
13
13.
is some of them. Yeah,
I wear
12,
13, bro.
12, 13. I think these are 13. That's why they look big, but 12 is usually.
Okay.
And then he went in there and took a pair of shoes one time afterwards. And they were old shoes. I wasn't remember I was going to give them to somebody. And he said, and I went and jammed up right in the yard. I walked right out there. Just this is how I am and how I was. Like I would go right to him right on the yard. He was coming right through the metal detector, going to chow. I'm like, yo, did you just grab some shoes back in property? He's like, yeah, they're my size. I'm like, bro, I told you, you don't work anymore. You don't touch anything in that thing. He says one thing smart to me, and I'm still going off what the rules are on the yard. I don't even think it's another race right there. I cracked this whole, knocked this dude out right on the yard in front of everybody, right in front of the metal detectors. And when it's a black and a Mexican or a black and a white or anything like that, it's way different than 2 of the same race fighting on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Instantly, both races will come up and get involved because it could be a riot. You know, like
That's right.
Even if there's some real beef, you guys got to go to the cell to get that shit handled.
But
So it can be
the
one
two
of them.
heads have to talk to each other, see what's going on.
But this is
right?
spur of the moment. It just happens so quick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the dude, so like, who can say something to me? And they go grab their people. And then his uncle was the dude running the yard for the brothers. So he comes over to me. He goes, "Yo, did you just sucker punch Gooch out on the yard? You know?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he took shoes that were in my property office. Yeah." He stole
Damn.
some shoes that were mine. You know, he's like, all right. And I'm like, tell that dude if he wants to handle it, we can handle in the cell when I get off work like that. If not, it's a dead issue.
What do you mean get off work?
Because I was working for the property officer.
Okay.
I remember I left my job to go do
You
this.
were working for the property
Yeah.
officer, and you were also
I was working
working
for my
with
girlfriend,
property
yeah.
officer too.
So I go do this and I tell him like, yo, if he wants to go handle in the cell, I'll come by the cell and swing by on the way home from work. If not, it's a dead issue because those are the only 2 rules.
And what was it?
Dead issue times
Okay, I was
100
like,
times
yeah,
over.
whatever.
Well, the next word I said to him is, he don't want that. You know that. So it
Yeah.
is what it is. You know what I'm
So
saying?
stop
He shouldn't have
complaining.
stole shoes from
Stop.
property. He literally stole some shoes that were in there. He's like, all right. And his uncle came to me the next day. He's like, yo, my bad. He ain't going to do that shit no more, you know? I'm like,
Done.
yeah, it is what it is, you know?
I got 2 questions. Number 1, after you and Prison Pop ran the gangbang on the correction officer, was he
There's some shareable content on this episode.
was he cool with you? Was he done? Was he?
Loved me. Like, couldn't believe it.
It was all good.
Yeah.
So it was no more animosity.
And literally said,
No.
Chappy, you're such a gangster. I don't know what to say. Verbatim,
That's
that's what
it.
he said, yeah.
Love.
He's
That's
like,
love.
and he's like, you're the truth, and like gave me some dap, you know?
Boom, done.
Yep.
Wait, did he keep his end of the bargain? Did he go tell the whole entire yard like, yo,
Yes.
this is the dude?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
for
good.
Sure.
Number 2 is, bro, just taking a look at your story, your life, you know, your past. That's what it is, right? Praise God, you know, all of that has built you into the man that you are today. You know what I mean? Right? Taking a look at all that, taking a look at all that, bro, it's kind of like you are what all these like modern day social media alpha males wish
Wannabe.
wish they were.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Present that.
I've said
that. This is.
I told Wes Watson himself, I was like, I'm the
You're
dude
the
you claim to be,
epitome
bro.
of what they.
What did he say when he said that?
I'll show you the text.
Hold on, before he says, you're the epitome of what they proclaim to be. Right.
I appreciate you saying that. It's real, yeah.
For sure. It's like, bro, growing up the way I grew up, like I'm no fool. Like I know what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me ask you this. Wait, what did you just say to someone? You looked at one of these guys and said what?
Oh, I mean, Wes Watson. I told him that. I was like, dude, I'm the dude you claim
Where
to
did
be.
you run into him?
You know what's funny is how me and Wes Watson first started talking, because he used to DM me, bro, and like he was gonna come on my podcast. It's like, I'm gonna make a trip out here. It was right after he did Andy's show, actually. And
You did what? You did a show with
no,
Andy?
after he did Andy's show. That was right at the time we were talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right. So, and I let it go. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even back then, I'm like, it's probably be good, but I'm like, I knew the dude was fake. I didn't know how much of a scumbag he was.
How
right?
did you know he was fake? I mean,
Just because I know.
Just 'cause
People-
you know
I know for
what
a
he
fact.
talks about,
No one
right?
that comes out of prison talking like that was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you hear me act tough or try to talk tough? People are screaming at people.
Not at
No,
all,
you know.
not at all.
Oh, bro, based off, I mean, first of all, today I discovered a lot of things, obviously, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And, you got nothing to prove.
I think it's a terminology gives it away. You know, when you're
Yeah,
talking about
100%.
prison terms.
And this what did it when he did the shoe program.
If you
Because
don't
and here's
do
I'll
that,
let you talk about anything, but like don't. He did one story post where he said he was talking about going to the shoe program. And here's the deal. I like with him, I'll let him say all that fake prison shit he said. To be honest, I was gonna jam up on my podcast and thought it'd be a really good episode.
That would be. It would
Yes,
be like
right?
the Tucker
So that was
Carlson.
kinda my goal.
It would have been like the Tucker Carlson Ted Cruz episode
That's
where
why
they're
I
just
kind of kept
going
it.
at each
That's
other.
why I kind of kept it close. I was like, that was kind of my goal with it, But then when he starts talking about going to the shoe, like, the shoe is horrible, bro. And I mean this, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it broke me. Like, if I could have killed myself, I would have killed myself. No joke. Like 100%. And I always say this, like, the places in prison that I would have killed myself, if I could have, I would have 100 times over.
Yeah.
But the places that I was able to kill myself, I was in a good enough spot where I didn't do it, right? So like, and that's why I say to hear some lame like that did 4 years on a minimum security yards and was on a minimum, like a
Wait,
1
you know
yard.
what kind of prison time he really did?
Bro, I'll show you. He served 4 years on a yard on a minimum.
Well,
He didn't
no,
even
I
do
thought it was
California
7.
time.
I
He
thought it
didn't
was
even do
7.
California time. He got sent out of state because he was so nonviolent. And his last yard, he was on a 1 yard, which is like a work camp, and got jumped
He
for
seems
being a
to be
dope fiend.
violent now,
Yeah, right?
according to some
Yeah,
of the
if you
some of
follow
the
one dude,
stuff-
anybody can do that, right?
Some of the stuff that has been out there lately. It's sad to see it, by the way, right?
Yeah, it's sad because he could have
personally-
been such a good inspiration, bro.
Bro, I was just about to
He
tell
could
you
have been
that.
such a good
he
story like
says
myself.
good things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's like telling people
No.
not to drink.
You know what
that's-
happened?
that's
I
a
agree.
Good,
That's
that's a
what
good
I said.
message.
You know what might have happened there, bro?
He's just who he is.
I think what might have happened there is what happens to a lot of us.
Yeah.
You start to get some clout,
Yep.
you start to get some eyeballs, you start to get some money, and then it might corrupt. It might corrupt you internally. Like here comes the ego, here comes the pride, here comes a lot of that, a lot of that stuff that can really destroy you.
You start drinking the Kool-Aid and you taste the sugar.
Oh my God, you guys are lucky I deleted the messages with him. I think.
But you get what I'm
I
saying though?
Yeah.
Right? Like, because, again, so I heard of Wes through Cody Sperber, right?
Funny. Shout out to Cody Sperber, another dude. When I ran into him at EOS Fitness, you know what's funny? This is before anything had came out about Wes or anything. And like he was doing Andy's show, all this back then.
Yeah.
And Cody was riding his dick so hard.
He was riding who? Which
Wes's
one of the
dick.
two? Okay.
Cody was riding Wes's dick so hard, right? And I like Cody. He's a good dude.
He's-
but he's a nice guy. He knows nothing about that life. So that's why he's so easily to influence like a guy like Wes, right? He's like, oh my God, big, scary, tough guy,
Cody,
Yeah.
the
So he
floor
says
guy?
something. He mentions
Cody
me. He's like,
Sperber.
The floor guy?
yes.
Flooring.
Yes.
What do you mean flooring? Stop. Clever
he,
investor, stop.
He messaged me out there and he's like, he says
clever,
he
bro.
says something to me about like, I remind him of Wes Watson. And like right there, I'm like, that dude's a fucking pussy, bro. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm nothing like that dude or
jeez.
whatever. And he's like, are you kidding me? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dog, we're done talking. Like literally like this. I'm like, there's nothing to say to you at this point. Cause like, I judge vibes. Like a guy like that's so enamored by a dude like Wes Watson, because Wes Watson told him like, there's no way I'm gonna get through to him that Wes Watson's who he is. I'm like, dog, you'll figure this out soon enough, right? So
Time exposes all.
100%. So then what do? I forget I see everything and I see Cody. God, where
In
did I
San
see-
Diego?
No, I saw him somewhere recently, and then I just shot him a
Recently?
message. Yeah, and I
Miami.
shot him a message somewhere recently. And
Miami?
I was like, how's your boy Wes Watson? Did that stuff pan out good for you or not, or something like that?
Sperber, he was in Miami for 4th of July.
Yeah, he's lived like months before this. Like,
Was that for his wife's wedding?
You are taking.
no, she didn't get married. Remember?
Oh, she didn't get married. Oh, my bad.
That was nuts. Well, I messaged him about that. I said, bro, that's diabolical.
He should
You know
delete
what
his
I'm saying?
Instagram.
Like,
He should delete his Instagram because now he's just going off on rants every day, and he's like, I'm deleting Instagram, but then he just goes on rants the next day for like 10 stories wide.
you know what though? Let's be honest. I'm not gonna get into that, bro. But for someone to do what he proclaims was done,
Yeah, that's horrible.
that's a whole different. That's
What do you mean?
diabolical.
What, you're saying someone, what happened to him was diabolical?
Yeah,
Bro, he cheated on his wife and then he blamed her, bro. What the fuck?
he never did that.
Yeah, he
no,
did.
no, that's not the way the
Said I
story
cheated
went.
on her because she just made me do it. She wasn't giving me love.
I don't know what story you're
I didn't hear
talking
that.
about. I didn't hear that.
So he didn't cheat on her? Am I
Well,
wrong?
I
on
think
that?
his wife left him for a hot gym dude and took all his money and
The
now act
Viking?
like and did a fake marriage to act like they were
Well, I
getting
know
married.
that happened,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I think he cheated on
Could
her
be. I don't know.
prior.
I don't
Did he
know
not?
more.
If he didn't, then
Bro,
I'm in the
so
wrong. then, bro.
there's a deeper story,
Yeah.
and that one, respectfully, I can tell you offline. There was, it takes two to tango.
They're probably
Right.
both cheating on each other.
You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
but at the end of the day, right, when you are parenting together and you as a man are still, doing the best that you can to take care of your responsibilities, you gotta you got kids, and these kids, you guys are stuck with each other
Yeah.
for life. So you don't want to do some crazy, out of this world
Like
shit.
cheat on your spouse.
No. This is beyond. They both moved past that already. One's getting married.
I mean, you can't move past that, bro.
We're
You
here
fuck
for
around and
Chappy.
find out, bro.
Okay,
They're
we're here for
probably
Chappy.
open for the
We're here for
kids.
Chappy.
Yeah,
Okay. No, that's a whole different story. You want to do a whole podcast about that? I'm just joking. We're not going to
Bring
do
him
that.
on, bro.
By the way,
Plenty of time.
truth be told, this is the first time. This is probably like, I don't know. How long have you been doing the show? Over a year now, maybe? Okay. This is probably the rawest and realest,
Way raw. Yeah,
right? Where
way-
it's like, I've had people on here that are, pretty high caliber, but this is like, there's nothing being held back. You know what I mean?
At all.
Right? The transparency level is like, hey, bro, I'm naked to the world.
100%.
Right? So again, back to the alpha male situation, right?
Yeah.
There is a lot of alpha males out there. I think a lot of people are titling this particular group of people the alpha male universe is what they're calling them. The AMU, not the shoe, the AMU, right? You know what I'm saying, right?
Completely different.
So
People selling it, right?
So,
Like the
okay.
idea.
again, I had Wes talk. I had Wes speak on the stage December of 2023.
Damn.
Okay. I didn't know who Wes was either. He had a lot of clout, a lot of hype in 2023, by the way. This is 2 years ago, right? And my media people, not Godfrey, the two white guys that I had working with me,
Damn
they're
white
like,
dudes.
yo, you got to get this dude.
These are people.
He's like, yo, this dude, and I was like, okay, well, let's make it happen, right? Whatever. Like, you guys, I didn't know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's make it happen. Hey, bro, what do we got to do to get you out there? Hey, just take care of my jet fuel. All right, whatever. Boom, right? Got him out there, And then all the stuff starts coming out again, bro, right? 2024 is when like a lot of things started coming out.
After
Like the Diddy situation.
But I feel like back then, there
2020
wasn't so many scumbags where stuff was coming out of them, so you didn't have to do background checks before you had something on. Like, oh,
It's-
these guys like you. I don't have to look at that.
Bro,
Yeah.
where is there
Right,
not?
it's like social media was already like if he's famous on social media, you must have they've already done the background
Yep.
check.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what everyone thinks now.
And I feel bad, right? Okay, I made some mistakes. I put some people on
You own
stage
it, though.
without
You
doing
don't-
the
you don't
research.
backtrack. You don't
Straight up.
I've had people on my podcasts that I've even deleted episodes myself.
You know what? It's like, but you know what's crazy, bro? I'll tell you what's crazy. I've had Aaron Williamson on this show twice. I love that dude. That's my bro, right? He's a real dude, doesn't mess around.
We're boys too, yeah.
Straight up, right? Guess what? He's the only person. The first time I had him, he was the only person from that entire group that I was willing to bring on the show.
Yep.
The second time I had him, right? I think he was already going through some stuff with that organization,
Yep.
right? And then now he's been wanting to come back on the show, and I'm telling you, that's my brother right there. Like, Aaron Williamson's a real dude.
Yeah.
Like, I will put the stamp Like that's a real deal.
Same. I'd co-sign him.
Straight up. And that's what I was going to tell you, bro. It sucks. That's why personally you can ask this dude. You've known me since 2016, so 9 years, right?
Yeah.
Damn, you Mexicans are good at math. That was quick.
I'm not Mexican. I'm not Mexican.
What? Tell him what your ethnicity is.
You're just guilty by association?
I'm Persian Armenian.
Gotcha. All right.
He's Persian. His name is Sareh, but we call him Zaidi. What's your last name?
Just, I can't say
So
it.
the same as Kardashians.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yegazarian.
But check this
Yeah,
out,
basically.
right? I met this dude. He was living in Vegas. I went to a mastermind in DC in 2016 for real estate. He was there. And I was like, at that point, this guy looked like Jesus. Like he had long hair. I can show you pictures, bro. This guy looked like Jesus. I'm like, yo, this dude, he's giving me the Jesus vibes, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get, we're gonna start talking, whatever. Then, when I was in Vegas doing whatever I was doing business wise, I would always hit him up. Yo, I'm in town. You want to chill? Come through, right? So we've been good for 9 years now, right? And I know his wife, his 2 children. It's been good, right? But what I'm saying, bro, is if you ask this dude, I've always done my best to stay away from bad actors. Because why? I've been lied to, I've been cheated, I've been stolen from. Like there's been employees that have stolen, millions of dollars, and there's been business partners that have stolen millions of dollars. I had to learn the hard way to not deal with shitty people.
Yep.
The hard way, bro, because guess what? I was that guy, just like Andy Frisella, bro, and just like Brad, that I was like, I always thought everybody was the way that I was.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's all love. Like, it's love.
If I'm nice and good, they'll be good around me too.
And not even that, bro. It's like, you know what? I operate with a specific, code of ethics.
So they'll see it and they'll get by.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm assuming that all these guys that are proclaiming to be at a very high level, they're operating with a good code of ethics too. You know what I mean? And then over the past 5 years, I've learned my lessons. You know what I'm saying? I've learned my lessons. So what I'm asking you is there anybody out there besides Andy Frisella, right? And I'll even give Brad. I'll give Brad also that he's a real one. He just needs to continue to improve his level of discernment.
Yeah.
Because he's a good dude, right? Ed Milet, I consider him a good dude too. But outside of those 3 guys, bro, is there anybody out there on social media that's not a piece of shit that proclaims to be an alpha?
I would say this. The only other one, well, the couple people that I are fans of that are real, Josh Snow. I was going to bring him up before you.
Josh is a smart dude.
Do you know Snow?
Yeah, I know. He's a smart. I should probably get him on the show soon. He's a smart dude, bro. He's a real smart dude.
One of these smartest, nicest, dopest human beings.
Anytime
on the
I've
face
been
of the
around
earth,
him, bro.
Like, he's the only podcast that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Have you had him on the show ever?
Not yet.
So you probably don't even know his full story.
Well, I kind of do. I've gone to dinner with him.
Too.
He's from West Phoenix.
Yes.
I kind of do.
Alhambra High School, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like
used to walk or take the bus
one
to
of those
the public
genius
library
kids,
to
bro.
use the computer because he didn't have a computer.
He's a genius kid. He's a genius dude, bro. Josh knows this.
He's the only guy I've ever had on my show where I didn't say a word about my story. Like, I'm not even joking, bro.
Yeah.
For an hour and like 10 minutes, all I did was said, "Holy shit!" Then what'd you do? Oh my god, no way.
Oh, wow.
Then what? Then what? No way. Then what?
I gotta get that.
And he's a nice guy. Yeah, I went to Post Malone with him like last month too, and he's as real as it gets, bro. And Stuman too. Shout out to Ryan Stuman too. I feel like,
but he doesn't proclaim to be an alpha, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't proclaim to be an alpha, right?
The people that claim and want people to think that they're alphas aren't alphas themselves, bro. Do you hear me saying I'm alpha?
Never.
Because I am.
You are.
What the fuck do I care if you think I am?
Bro, you know what's crazy?
If you don't think I'm alpha, you ain't shit anyway. So why does it matter to me, your opinion? Seriously.
Bro, you know what's crazy, by the way? A real alpha doesn't have to say he's alpha, doesn't even have to act like he's an alpha, right? Other alphas will just recognize it and be like, man, I like that dude.
Just like they can say, just like tough guys don't have to act tough, dude.
No.
It's like, dude, when I was at the dealership even a few months ago before I left, like we had this customer that came in and just went ballistic, right? Little wannabe tough guy, like with his parents, literally just came to walk through the whole car deal with his parents to like try and pick fights with car people, right? And I'm the finance guy at the end, and he makes some comment about like, repeat what you said to her, boy. Do your job, boy.
Who said that?
This customer. And I'm like, for one, get out of my office. Don't ever call me boy. Like, you can get out of here like that.
He told you that?
Yes. And then
he was lucky he's in a professional setting.
Oh my God, right. And then tries to fight me, right?
Yeah.
And then as I'm walking out, like I'm like, no, we're not doing the car anymore. You guys will never buy a car from here. Like,
by the way, that's the definition of not knowing.
Yes, literally.
who you're
Right.
And
who
he's-
you're,
you know
who
what's
you're
hilarious?
addressing.
I'll show you the video after. I have the video because we pulled the dealership footage. He's 5'8", bro. Oh. And no joke, as I'm walking out, we're face to face, and I'm like literally like looking at him, I'm like thinking, and he's talking shit to me the whole time. You little pussy ass boy, you little desk job, you make 50 grand a year, and I'm like, thinking, yeah, and I'm like, just tough me, bro, and we'll see how tough you are. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands on, we'll see how tough you are, right? And he goes to flinch at me, and I'm like, and like no joke, that's so you can see how tough people. I'll show you the video afterwards. I don't bat an eye, and all I tell him is like, that'd be the worst day of your life if you ever try to swing on me, bro. You know, doesn't do anything else, and then gets out front, and tries to throw a water bottle in at me.
Throws what on?
And I'm like, throws a water bottle, you know? But it was so bad, like my gym, and he looked at it the next day, he called me in, and he's like, I just wanted to thank you for keeping your cool. He's like, who's one, who's my other, who was the director.
He found you on social?
No, but my boss back then was like, in my gym was like, he would have gotten in a fight with the guy if he would have been acting like that. I'm like, anybody in this dealership would have fought that guy besides me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, throwing a flinch at you, you could literally say your life or your safety is in danger. You're allowed to swing back at somebody, but like, how does that look for a guy like me that's a dude's half my size? I don't risk that.
Plus
stuff,
your
you know
history.
That's on top of my
Right?
history too. Yeah, a guy like me, no chance I'm good. So, but yeah, it's like anybody tough. If you want to, like I said, you want to find out the real tough people, it's going to be people that aren't acting.
Can
tough,
I go
you know
down a
what I'm saying?
list?
Oh gosh, yes.
Because there's a lot of
Great. It's great.
right. There's a lot of alpha males out there right now.
Yeah.
I feel like the alpha male universe, right? That wave came on strong. You know who I feel?
Start with the first guy that started the wave.
Andrew Tate.
That's right.
I feel like Andrew Tate started the whole thing. Now, he does have some credentials. He was a kickboxer. He was a champion, right? So he has credentials. And at first, I will say, I felt like I was a fan, and then I started discovering all these other things, right? Like
He goes too off the real talking about women and just
that's when I was
don't
like,
shit
nah,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
I just like you, bro. I grew up with a single mom that worked her ass off. You know,
I hear
what I mean?
one thing like that, and I'm like, I'm out on that guy.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
So once I was like, man, I like what he's saying, right? I'm like, okay. And then it got a little nasty after like a year or two, right? Like, and then I feel like his clout's gone.
Yes, I
Right. So
completely agree.
it started there. And then obviously I'm just gonna go down the list, right? Alpha. I think after him, Wes Watson came along.
I was gonna say that too.
2022,
Yep.
right? He started coming along around 2022.
value man.
What?
That's what he says. He goes, you got to be a high value man.
I don't watch his content, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm glad you follow him and
You
you watch
do
his
when
content.
people talk shit about him. You watch the YouTube videos of that cockeyed
Ball
guy.
There's
one
talking
guy
shit
I
about
One
him.
dude, we gotta give a shout out
There's
to
one
Baller
guy I
Busters,
watch.
bro.
Hold
Baller
on.
Busters, bro.
Yeah, there's two people that I strongly encourage or strongly approve of. All right, number one, Baller Busters. Number two, John Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
Films. John
Shout out to Baller
His
Busters, Johnny
stuff
Bravo.
is
Other people I was
so
gonna bring up.
good.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I don't know
Man.
shit about him, but I was just reading a lot of stuff, and I'm like, he did like 100+ hours of work on that stuff. It didn't make $1, didn't monetize his own videos.
Who,
just to
John
get-
Bravo?
Yeah, just
Bro,
to get
that
the
guy.
proof out to the
I don't
people, yeah.
even know if he's he's not like a real, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like a mystical.
That's where the
human
world's
being,
going, bro.
bro.
Like literally, the news is dying, and this is where the people are gonna get their
Bro.
news from.
That's true.
I tell my wife, I'm like, I wish our stuff can be as good as John Bravo's. Like his stuff
Yeah.
is. I'm like, this guy go to
And the
film
Baller
school or
Busters too, because they're
something?
not only like just like they said, like the rules you should have to have. Like they fact check their stuff before they post that stuff.
That's right.
That page is backed by lawyers. Like they're smart ass dudes. They know their shit. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
like, they're gonna post stuff that's not factual.
guys have-
I've tried to give them shit to be like, yo, post it. Like we're waiting to get confirmed to see if it's real. And I'm like,
Agreed,
I'm
bro.
like,
But by the way,
all
I
right,
feel
cool.
like you should, like, you know, a person that I like, Candace Owens. She brings facts. She brings
100%.
articles.
Yep.
She brings links. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the thing, guys. Anybody that's out there on the internet, if you're ever going to say anything, right? Or if you're ever going to bring an allegation against someone, you better have facts.
And that's what I told Wes Watson. My paperwork for the shoe program is on my Instagram. Like I posted one of the, because to go to the shoe, you have to have a separate whole hearing. Like you don't just go to the shoe. Like you have to have a hearing. It's like a parole board hearing to say they're sending you to maximum custody because it's so rare, and people like don't survive and become normal human beings after going in that stuff seriously. So like you have to like, it has to get voted on by 5 people, and then they say yes, this guy needs to go there.
Yeah.
And I'll show you 2 of mine, the ones from when I was a youngster, because there's like 10 boxes they can check off, right? And I'll show you guys this afterwards. Like it's like one's like you're in voice as a leader, a shot call. You're like have serious physical harm to inmates. Like you've sexually assaulted inmates. Like it is crazy stuff in there. Like you can see when I was a kid, I think the first one I was 23 and I was pulling that cop, like they had like 2 boxes checked. And then like you go back like 2 years later and I go back again, then it's like now there's 5 of these boxes checked. Like I literally just kept upping my name in there because I was a psycho and I hated life and I hated God. I hated the world. I hated everything. And the only thing I was into was being a tough guy in prison. That's all I gave a shit about because like I was from Awatuki and I always had to double up on that shit, you know? And like I had long blonde hair like it. So like I had to be twice as hard as people when I was in there. And not only that, like I was mad at God that I had to be twice hard because I shouldn't have been in there in the fucking first place. So I was so mad and so angry and used that for so long that I was the most violent, vicious, angry person on the yard when I was on that yard, at least out of my race.
Well, at that point, bro, you almost had a death wish.
I did, yeah. And I didn't
You know
give
what
a
I
shit,
mean?
yeah.
That's
I
what
shot, you know what's crazy? When I used to shoot dope in prison, I would have contests with people and like, I would say, let's see who can shoot the most dope. And they're like, what happens if I lose? I'm like, you die, maybe.
Oh my God.
Or whatever. But that's how I lived my life every day. Like I would shoot dope where my mindset was if I overdose, at least I didn't kill myself, but I got out of this shitty ass life.
I don't mean this disrespectfully at all, and I know you wouldn't take offense, but why did they let you out?
They had to.
How?
My
He
12,
did his time.
I did. You're supposed to do 9 years and 9 months on a 12-year prison sentence. I did 11 years and 10 months. I did almost the entire 12
So they didn't
years.
even let you
even
out when you were
with the-
supposed to be.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But even with the additional stuff you did, they didn't tack on time?
No. That lasted.
How? That's amazing.
Yeah, they only stuff you where you're on the. That's the other good thing. On minimum security yards, you get street charged for anything. So like you get caught with a cell phone 2 to 4 years. Like you get caught with a shank that's literally 2 to 4 years. On a 4 yard,
Yeah.
you get caught with a shank. The cops are they're like, thank you, we caught that from you.
Wow.
So going down the alpha male universe kind of list or whatever you want to call it, the roster. We'll call it a roster. Can we call it a roster?
Yeah.
Right? All right. So started with Wes Watson because, Andrew Tate, Wes Watson, right? Just give me feedback. I'll go down the roster and then you give me some feedback on what, like just your
One
perspective.
sentence. One sentence.
Yeah.
No, don't. How about we do how about we do 90 seconds of
got you.
feedback,
Okay.
right? So we'll do 90 seconds of feedback. And this is just, again, solely for everybody watching and listening. This is from your perspective,
For sure, yes.
right? Like being a real alpha, being a real shot caller, going through what you've been through in your life, just calling it how you see it.
100%.
All right. So,
Yep.
all right, Andrew Tate.
To be honest, I don't know too much about him, bro. Like I try not to follow people like
Yeah.
get into too much people. Like I believe what you said about him, and
Yeah.
I see it. Here's the deal: if I see someone talking shit about women or wives like he has, like I don't look too much into him past
Same.
that like
You're-
that, you know.
Got it.
Wes Watson is, I think him and Andy Elliott are the two worst people on the entire internet.
Oh,
Like seriously, I think they're that big of scumbag
Damn.
people. And when you just take advantage of people and you take like, I know like, not personally these people, but like I know stories of like people that have like saved every dollar they had to like go to an Andy Elliott event or like buy Wes Watson's coaching and just got absolutely hosed and didn't even get their money back or whatever. Like I know like horrible stuff like, and to parents that have kids and shit like that, like there's just scumbag human beings. You don't even have to bring in the fact that Wes is not tough or not even like 1% the human he claims to be, which is why like you roll around with security, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
that's why, I mean, he wears a purse and rolls around with security. Like that's like, clearly you can see you're not tough, you know?
Let me ask you this. I mean, recently I think he might go to jail again, by the way.
Yeah. He will be going back to jail and he won't survive.
Andy
called and asked me this, and I'm not saying that they're going to kill him on the yard he's going on, but they could be.
But
because
they're going
to
to test them frequently, aren't they?
I firmly believe that Wes knows better and he won't even go. I seriously
He won't even go where?
Wes is going to kill himself.
Oh,
I firmly believe that.
well, I mean,
And listen, I don't wish death on nobody, but if that happens, it's all God's plan. It's
You know what I also feel?
when you're
Free
doing
the
no
country.
good on earth, there's no reason for you to be here anyways.
You know what I feel for? Wow, that's very powerful, by the way. You know what I feel for you, by the way? I feel like you on a personal level, you don't even have nothing against these people.
Yeah.
You're just calling it. You're being pragmatic.
You know why? Because I don't even have time to.
Yeah.
Like when you realize, like when I lost, when you lose as much time.
Yeah,
as
like
me,
their demise is not your life objective.
yeah, like
know
when
what
you
I
asked about Andrew Tate, like I saw one little thing. I'm on the next thing. I haven't thought about Andrew Tate in years. Like I barely know who the guy is. You know,
Yeah.
like because it's like when you've lost as much time as I've lost, like I don't have time to give up on little stuff like that. So like if I see one little thing that sets me off on a guy or turns me off, they're out on me forever.
Yeah.
Like I don't. Like I told you before, like you have to like prove that you're good to me. It's even more than that. Like if you show one little sign of you being bad and I don't know you, like I will never mess with you.
So-
like, I don't have time. And there's so few good people out there. They're
Yeah.
so hard to find. I can't weed
Keep 'em
through
close.
bad people. Yeah, I can't.
Keep 'em close.
That's what I'm saying. You can't weed through and try and like get someone to be the person that they're not. Like I'm
Yeah.
on to the next thing, you know, that quick.
So let me ask you this. a lot of these alpha males, the first thing they do is they try to kiss Andy Frisella's ass.
Yep.
Have you seen that?
Yes, 100%.
Right?
100%.
Because let's be honest, right? Like, bro, I've been following Andy, bro, since, I don't know, 2012. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't remember a dude, like a big guy that I followed besides
he's just
Andy
been consistent for 13 years.
He's the first one that got me into podcasting. Like, I remember listening to his whole MFCEO, and I don't know what it is, but it's on my Instagram story back then. It was like one of my first posts I did. And I remember I didn't even know what podcasts were back then. And I was doing cardio at Lifetime after I was listening to this podcast. I'm like, dude, I want to run through a freaking wall right now. You know what I'm saying? And like literally I was like, dude.
His voice, his beard,
and just he makes
you
you think you can achieve shit that you didn't think you could achieve before, because like I've been this tough, but I didn't think I could be successful out here. You know what I'm saying? And like Andy got me to believe in that shit.
Bro, he says everything with so much conviction.
Yeah.
And so much like he truly cares. He like seriously.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been to his house. I've been to his headquarters. I've been in his garage.
Same, yeah.
Why don't we go back and
let's do it?
Why don't me and you go back and pay him
Andy,
a visit?
when are we coming back, bro?
We should go pay him a visit.
100%.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, let me try to see if we can make that happen. Like I told you the last
Let's
time.
make a deal and like let's follow through this. We'll both set this up and like let's legit take a trip out. 'Cause I need to go out
and
to
he's the kind of person, bro. Like that he'd be
100%.
like, hey guys, I got time on this day, roll through. You know what I mean? He's that dude. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I feel like every single social media influencer, bro, they have to pay their homage to Andy.
Yep.
Because he is the top of the food chain.
100%.
In my opinion.
Yep.
Some people can say Tony Robbins or other. For me, it's Andy.
Yep.
You know that.
And listen, no disrespect to Ed Milet, but even over Ed Milet, and I'll say this because,
but they're two different. They're two different people, right? Like Andy. Okay, I'll say Ed is, in my opinion, one of the greatest human beings that I've ever met, right? But Ed is more on the spiritual. You know, he's such. You know what I'm saying? Like Andy's like a monster truck.
In your
you know,
face,
like
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I like, because that's kind of how I am. That's my, like I said, I would never talk shit about Ed Milet. I think he's one of the greatest human beings on earth. But
for
like,
sure.
What really pissed me off about Ed Milet was when the world was going to shit, and Ed Milet stayed silent on everything.
See, I didn't.
At that point, when you're that big and you have
that
that big of a following, you have got to pick a side somewhat.
Have you ever
like for the kids and the women or people that don't know better? You know what I'm saying?
When did you run into me through either a friend or social?
It was literally the event I met Ed Milet at.
Which one?
Shit, one of those. I don't even want to give the dude's name.
Was it my event?
No, it was
I
think Jason's or something.
What?
Back at you remember? It was at Wild Horse Pass Casino. Yeah.
What was it?
Menace Con.
Menace Con.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, bro,
because we met at the table. So I was eating with Josh Snow, and that's when you came over. We were all eating at the same table.
I think I was with my wife.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. If you know me and you've seen my journey on social, I've always spoken. I've always been pretty consistent on, standing for what I believe in. You get what I'm saying? Like, whether it was COVID or, back in 2016 when Trump was running the first time. And, it's like, dude, by the way, for anybody out there that's watching or listening, there's only one person that I call king, and that's Christ. I don't blindly follow any man.
Yep. For
you know what I'm saying? 45, 47. I don't blindly follow him. There's been a lot of things that are happening recently that I would like to get into maybe on a future show with you that I don't agree with, but I have to be patient because I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Right.
Did you hear Andy's story about that the other day? That's the only other thing that made sense. Did you hear what he shared about that?
Who?
Why he said that they're saying there's no list?
Who said that?
Frisella.
Oh, what'd he say?
He said, "Do you ever thought that maybe that they have some important dirt on some very important people, and they just told him like this is what it is, like make this go away?"
Okay, if
he's like,
I'm not saying that.
And he's like, "I'm not saying this is what it is." He goes, "All I'm saying is like give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Like think there could be another circumstance here."
All right,
like, that
by the way,
makes sense.
I agree. Real quick, if you want my feedback on that,
and the same day he did that was when the most important person in the world was at the White House.
Who, Bibi?
Or whatever. Netanyahu.
We'll call him Bibi.
Yeah,
Bibi Netanyahu. Brother, I've done. Hey,
name, by the way.
Listen, I've gone deep down the rabbit hole, and the deeper I go down the rabbit hole, the more the T disappears from rabbit. You get it? Spell rabbit. Take away the T.
Rabbi?
So you understand, right? Like I'm talking about a specific, not a specific religion, a specific country, right? We can't even say because we'll get squash on social. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that's a whole different conversation. But I believe this is, by the way, number one. Why FBI Director Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Bondi and 47, why they're not holding true to what they all ran on.
Yeah.
Right. It's like this is most unlikely, which is 47's on the list. In my opinion, most unlikely. Is it a possibility? Maybe.
Oh,
And if
Biden would have released it. then.
by the way, they would have totally squashed them unless they were all on the list too,
He would
right?
have made a lot of this go away a long time ago if he was on the list. That's what I think.
So what I'm saying is, right, it's very highly unlikely, but if he is, I don't care. The truth is the truth. Bring it out. We're big
Yeah.
boys. We can get it.
I just think that there's some other big important people in it that'll cause.
I was going to
some
tell you,
world conflicts on there.
B is they're using it as leverage.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
They're using it. They're like, you know what? For the greater good.
I think there's some people that are so big it would cause world wars if it was.
That's what I'm saying. But they're using it as leverage.
Yeah.
It's like those people that aren't going to back down. You're like, you're not going to back down no matter what.
Yep.
Well,
Bro.
if I release your name, you're dead. So you better back down.
Well,
And all they say is, hey, listen, you just say this is going to go away, make it go away. He's already done and dead. If not, this is going to happen, and we'll
option C.
and we're going to give you a Nobel Peace Award nomination and everything like that.
Did you see that?
Are we
You
good
saw
here?
that. You saw that on
Same
the
time,
table.
same
Oh,
time.
I want to nominate you for the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, bro, why have you been here 8 times in the last 8 months? Like, or whatever it was, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I guess C would have been like, there's threats against, like, real threats from capable people of taking him out and taking his family out and taking everybody out,
realistic
right?
too,
So
yeah.
again, back to you though. We're going down the list so we can wrap up and my man can get to his wife, right?
Same thing. It's my wife. My wife's trying to blow me up.
So all right, we're going down the list and let's go 90-second feedback, right, on Alpha Male Universe. Wes Watson, what was your feedback on that?
Trashy of trash, like literally the worst of the worst. Like I consider him and any other the worst who's on the entire internet for me.
Would if it ever came down to it, right, and it was going to be streamed and it was going to be monetized, would you ever fight Wes Watson?
I've been trying to forever.
Oh shit!
Literally, I asked Brad to before he was like really blown up 3 years ago. I said to set up a fight and let's do it for charity.
You
I'll
just
donate
saw
all
him
the
get
dollars.
in one of the most public fights on the internet, right? Based on what you see, how would Chappy do against?
Do you know
Wes
what I
Watson?
said? And this is no joke. I mean this with every ounce of thing I have in me. I said, and this is what I told Brad, you could tell him I'll box and he can UFC fight. I won't even train. I'll literally smoke a cigarette walking out to the cage. And
Well,
Wes wouldn't touch me.
Bro, you've had probably 200 more fights than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like muscle memory, right? So,
Yes, literally.
okay, so based on what you saw, you were like, I'm good.
Oh, in 2 seconds. Yeah, in 2 seconds. Wes wouldn't touch me. 100 out of 100 fights, he'd probably get a couple hits on me here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can get a lucky punch in there. But like, dude, it's when you know how to fight, you know how to fight. And people that don't know how to fight have no clue how to fight. It's
a little
literally as
different
simple as that.
fighting and fighting for your life. are
That's
two
the other
different
thing.
things.
It's
Did
different
he
when you're fighting
look-
for your life. It's a
Did
completely
he look?
different.
Did he look like he knew how to fight?
No,
Because
not at all. I mean, here's the deal. I've never used weapons. Like when there was youngsters in there that I was supposed to like stab, I would say, dude, I promise you, I want to do it with my hands and feet, and it'll be done better. I promise you.
From what the video showed, there was a weight belt. There was a dumbbell.
Nobody that's tough would grab a weight belt to try and hit somebody with, because my fists would do more damage.
And then there was also an N-word drop, apparently.
Yeah.
Right? There was an
You know what I'm
N-word
saying?
drop.
Oh,
so,
of course.
So there was a weight belt, there was a dumbbell, and there was an N-word.
Yep. And not
then-
such bad. Those 4 of your homies that are all getting into. Like I said, when I was running missions, when I was a 170-pound kid, there was one person with me, and all he was doing was pull me off. There was no room for people to get involved because I was on top of these dudes.
Second question. If you were in that gym.
Would I have jumped in and stopped it?
No.
Absolutely. Oh.
If you were in that gym, I think he was with 3 other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still go at it, even if it meant the other 3 guys would jump in?
Go at it with.
Would you still get into an altercation with Wes Watson, even if he has 3 guys with him and there's a possibility they may jump in and try to get you?
I fought
Okay.
multiple people at
I
one
figured.
time. Dog, when you as long as you know what you're doing and you take off on the first 1 or 2 dudes, his other 2 dudes ain't even coming after you. Like I fought 50 dudes. Me and my youngster buddy that we were both 18 years old and fought an entire pod when we were like 18 years old, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 dudes. I don't even know. It was the entire pods of white dudes. And it's like, when you lay out the first few people, it's like, the next person has to come at you face to face and like get it. The only people that touched me during that riot was in the back of my head. I had a bunch of welts from people hitting me in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Like, especially 4-on dudes when they're dudes that ain't about shit and they're about that life. Like Wes, for one, Wes is gonna get knocked out the first punch, and then there's 3-on-1. The next I'm gonna turn to and knock him out the first punch. And I'm not even trying to talk tough. And like the next two dudes, I was like, well, then we're gonna scrub. We have a 2-on-1 against 2 dudes that aren't tough against a dude that knows how to fight. Like, yes.
Okay, here's the next.
And I'm not trying to talk tough. I'm just like breaking down. That's literally what would happen.
By the way, what about the next guy? Ben King Azule. What's your feedback on that guy?
I think about him as the same as I think of most child molesters and rapists, that he's just the biggest scumbag on the...
Have you seen him recently defend it?
Oh my God.
It was actually worse. Like
He's
dude,
so... I know, it's
it was
so bad defending it that I can't even...
Bro, here's this little cigar.
What's crazy, he tries to compare himself to like Tom Brady. He's like, all the greats people come out,
Andrew Tate, the Matrix guy.
It's like, bro, you get 5,000 views on your reels and you're not anything. Like, who is comparing you to Tom Brady?
It looks like he has a bunch of fake followers.
That's my point. You have 5,000 views on your reels. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. Exactly. It's all fake followers.
You don't know who King Azule is?
Doesn't sound like I want to know.
No, you don't. Yeah.
I think he's he's an Israeli, right?
I don't even know. Yeah, I think he is actually, but yes.
Got it. So he was a convicted rapist, right? Which is pretty bad. And
gangbanged a 15-year-old girl and took her virginity, locked her in a room, and let him and 2 of his brothers do that. And then
there are court documents.
Suppose he had another case about the same stuff. He's at, and now there's multiples that are coming out. Johnny Bravo supposed to release another video.
Wait, he went to prison?
No,
he went to jail. Yeah, he went to jail
or something. But yeah, something
How
like that.
come
But
nothing happened to him?
See, I don't know the details of that, but I just know they're all kids, so he pleaded out and.
I don't even know how much time he did or anything like that. I got to dig into that, but there are court docs about what he did.
Oh yeah, full on.
So, and admitting guilt or something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay, would you fight him?
Yeah.
Because he's taken on 30, according to him, he's taken on 30 men at the same time. Because the Chinese restaurant owner taught him how to do Kung Fu.
Oh, yeah, I saw part of that video. Yeah, that's funny.
Would you fight Ben King Azule?
100 times over, yes, absolutely.
Got it. What is that other guy? Wow, you walk in the room like a king. What's that guy's name? Oh, man. The guy he's beefing with right now. I don't even know the guy's name. Remember? No.
Oh,
bro, what's his name?
I know what you're thinking of.
What's his name? He's like, I am the king. I walk in like a king or something, right? There's his name.
On Balbos, he's probably 2 posts down or something.
Ali Soba.
Ali Soba, yeah.
Ali Soba.
Oh gosh, he drives me nuts too. Those.
I'm just giving you the alpha males in the.
Yeah, those two both drove me just about
the
the same as much nuts as each other until I saw like the rape charges and stuff against the other. Dude,
well, at least one guy doesn't have those.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. At least he has that. So I'm like, now that guy's like as cool as it gets to me. I don't even care. But yeah, he drives me nuts.
Right?
Yeah, completely fake. 100%. Everything is fake. Everything is fake.
It's so easy to spot.
Here's what
bro.
It's as simple as shit, bro.
Well, let me ask you this: how come people like you and me can easily spot that? And I'm
gonna give you one small bit of piece of game. People are so quick to like jump to conclusions because they're so impatient out here that they see one dude with a Lamborghini or they see one dude with a nice watch on that they don't look at anything else, right? And it's like, what I do when I'm seeing a guy with a Lamborghini or something like that or with a nice watch on, all I'm doing is trying to look behind him. What the hell does the stove in his house look like? Like, what does the behind the scenes stuff look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a multimillionaire and you have, this is no offense to people like this, but like if you have like the plug and play oven and cooktop thing. Mm-hmm. There's no way you're rocking a $50,000 watch. There's zero possibility of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. People are so like, I'll go through people's Instagram and try to find stuff like that just to look.
How
so
about
I can
looking at the real brick and mortar businesses that you're running?
If a coach doesn't have a business, he's not a coach.
Wow. Wait, what?
If a coach doesn't have a business, he's not a coach.
There it is.
He's a scammer.
Oh, let me hit that.
Literally. Do you know how many people I've had recently that have like told me like, please let me build your coaching platform. All you have to do is do one Zoom
you would kill it.
And you'll make 6 figures a month.
Well,
and
you actually have the
you know what I told him for one? Like, could I? Yes. The only twist that I would do where I'd be okay with is if I tell like just like inspire people and got people to believe like stuff they didn't want to, but like this is just some real shit right now. What I'm running into in the world is like the people kind of that I inspire and I want to inspire and want to help out, like don't have money, bro. So like,
no, bro.
And this is what I'm learning in the real world right now is like where to fucking draw the line on like where I need to get paid, but I also want to help people. So like,
bro,
that's my biggest, and I pray for this daily right now is to show God like where to put me, man, because I need to now, especially now that I have kids, it's different for me, you know.
I've seen you like actually do the trench work, bro. Like go to prisons and speak, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like that's
I fund that myself right now, bro.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
I pay to go there. If I told them they buy the books, my inmates, I'll buy the flights. I fly my camera guys out there. I pay for everything and do it all just because I change lives.
Are they giving this to some of the prisoners?
Yeah,
bro.
Last time they bought 150 guys for all those guys in the shoe program.
150 books?
Yeah, 150
That's
bucks.
amazing,
Only.
bro.
And that's what's saying. That's a yard that my buddy Carlson went out. He's like, those books will be going on that prison system forever.
Bro, that's love. That's for real. That's real. That's love, man. That's
and I can
love.
show you the DMs I get every day. Like literally, like when you come on my podcast, I had 1 million downloads just in prison tablets last year.
Damn.
I'm on every prison tablet in the entire country.
That's amazing, bro. Well, here's the last guy, right? Feedback from what you know, just your personal experience and perspective. Neighbor of ours, Andy Elliott. What's your feedback there?
Put him with Wes Watson. Like I said, he's a scumbag upon scumbags. He's a scammer. He is a, what did we just say? He's a coach without a business.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
All it is teaches people how to coach. That's it, right?
Well, I think he's a sales coach.
Oh, it teaches people how to sales coach, whatever. Yeah, it's the same type of shit, though. Yeah, he's as bad as it gets. One other person, the only person I'm kind of surprised that we didn't mention on here, I don't even want to give Andy Elliott any more airtime. Eric Spofford, shout out to people, a lot of people, I don't know if you know him too, but he's about as real as it gets, man, and just a great
Spofford?
dude. Yeah, and he was boys with Wes Watson back then, and that's how me and him started talking. When people started hitting me up, he's like, yo, what do you know about this guy? And Spofford's is just a great,
I've seen him around.
Dude.
I've seen him around.
Oh.
I've seen him around. I've connected with him.
And he's like, and he's not fake rich. He's rich.
I don't know. I think he really built something and sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like my buddy Ishmael.
You can tell dudes, like, they're not posting with 20 dudes in their jet. Like Andy Elliott, when he's being his jet, it looks like the jet couldn't even fly because there's 30 people in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's all the sales guys pitching $500 so they can take some videos in the jet. Like, Spofford will be flying to his 20,000 square foot house in Philadelphia with his dog or his kids with him. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, like, Spofford's
that's a dude that's built a business.
Recovering drug addict, like came
Right.
from nothing. Yeah, like that's so those guys I look up to like a lot, you know?
There you go. Well, what's next for Chappy, bro?
The next 2 years, I want to be the biggest traveling speaker across prisons in the entire country. I just developed my own curriculum that I'm now teaching. And so, like I said, that's the next thing. So everybody's asked me to coach, and I said no 100 times over
Bro,
because
maybe
I don't feel right as a
why don't you just
human
put together a free school?
So that's what I was going to do is do that.
You know, and bro, like people can join it even from prison, bro.
That's what I was going to do. That's what my next goal is to do that. And then I developed curriculum. So I'm in the process of selling it to the different states and having them actually buy my curriculum and teach them curriculum on it because I can do it on Zooms now too. So that's my next goal. In the next 6 months, I think that's where I'll be, but I'm just praying every day. And that's my next goal is to try to get this stuff sold to these prisons. And I just want to blow up these podcasts in these prisons and stuff, man.
Like I told you, brother, whatever we can do to help, let us know.
Likewise.
Let us know. And, you know,
I turned down, listen, before when I was trying to get my name out there, I turned down, I mean, I did any podcast known to man, just about like, I turned down 3 or 4 podcasts a week now, bro. Like, and I do 1 or 2 a month now that I want to go on shows. But
again, but it's probably for the same reason that, you know, social media has become so, you know, so fake.
Fake, yep.
You know what I mean? So, by
Real
the way,
recognize real, bro. So thanks for having me on here, too.
bro, love, for real. And guys, anybody
Shout
that's watching-
out, sorry, one last thing. Shout out to Ishmael Valdez. Tell him I'm coming for him. I need to hook up with that dude too. He's one of the. We're talking about real dudes. We got to give him some props too.
next time he's in town, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
He just texted me today. I think he might be in town tomorrow, but I know, bro, you just took a 50-minute trip there.
Yeah.
So, but I got to get you with him.
Please.
I think you guys would definitely sync up the right way.
I read one of his Instagram posts and cried. Like, I love people that come from shit like that. But I love that.
No, that dude, bro. By the way, I want you to know, I've been to Cali multiple times, and I've seen the company he sold for, over 100 mil.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere, bro. Like me and my daughter will sit there and just count and I'll text them. You know what I mean?
That's
so
crazy.
Real dude, and I think more real people got to get together, brother. Especially with what's going on social these days. You know what I mean? People are being taken advantage of. They're being deceived.
Look for the real people instead of the people with a lot of followers. That's it. Like, literally, look for the real people and look through their stories. Decipher shit.
100%.
Don't believe anything you hear.
Deception is at an all-time high, bro.
Yeah. People are coming up off your stupidity. Just knowing that you're not going to look into their shit.
It's tough. And you know the other thing, bro, a lot of these alpha males, right? Or they're not alpha males. I know what an alpha male looks like.
Alpha boys.
Right. The beta boys.
Yeah,
the beta boys, right?
BBs.
The BBs, the beta boys, they're taking advantage of just broken men that are looking for a little empowerment, little courage.
Which is why I think Andy Elliott's a scum of scum too. He's just trying he'll take people's
Can you
last
imagine, bro?
Like off people that are broken.
Brother, people are making money off your brokenness.
Yep.
That is that's so. That was the only time, by the way, and this is how I ended. The only time that Christ was overcome with anger, it was called righteous anger, where he was flipping the tables and whipping people. It was because the Pharisees or the Sanhedrin, right, the religious political system was taking advantage of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when he was just angry.
Yeah.
And that's why to me it's like I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't. What did you say?
I said that's why you're saying it's justified when you.
You know what I mean? Like it's
stand
not
up for
cool.
that.
Yeah, you should stand up for the people that don't know any better. You know, because all they're looking for
Someone needs to.
They're looking for a little hope.
They're
looking for a little love. They're looking for a little
100%.
courage. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, by the way, if you tuned in today, please go grab this book. Okay, we'll drop a link down here on Amazon, and subscribe if you haven't, because I believe 40% of you that watch the show haven't subscribed.
My show has the same problems. It's so crazy. I'll get so many more likes on
we
stuff
just
than I
got to
get
do a
views
better
or
job
subscribe.
at reminding people to subscribe.
Same.
Right?
It's a
So,
normal YouTube thing.
anyway, my man Chappy, Zadie, and Carlos, we're out. We'll catch you next week.